there? Is there a dog? Is he alone? Is he at the airport? Is he on a fucking bus? Is he on the plane? Is there a clicking noise? There's probably a clicking noise. Is this a clip show? I don't know if it's a clip show. It's a fucking show. Just listen, goddammit.
Hey, what's happening, Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. Here's the exchange I just had before this started. Here's exactly, normally I'm sitting with a Lily von Stupp, and she'll point at me, and then we go and wind up talking. But lately, with me producing, I wind up doing all the, the pushing of the buttons, and then there's the blue things and the red things. You've heard all about that every single week. And I actually hoped this week not to talk about the blue things and the red things, and yet here I am bringing them up very quickly in the show. What if this whole show was about the blue things and the red things? What if it was, you know what, when you get down to it, really recording the show is all about the Crips and the Bloods. That's what the show is completely about. It's a constant gang war between two fucking gangs. I got a do-rag on. My friend David has a do-rag on. Hi, David.
Hello.
We're in David David Hernandez's basement this week. There's a lot to talk about, certainly. And I say that even though there will be nothing to talk about, but there are things that we need to discuss, certainly. Mm-hmm. But here's the exchange we just had. As I come down to David's basement, and we've got our music stands, and we've got our microphones with our wind socks, and we've got our cans on. Just trying to give you guys a picture, trying to paint a picture for you so you can see exactly where we are. Normally, I'm in Lily's apartment. I'm in the oldest building in Hollywood, or I'm in my place last week, which was interesting and fun. But today, because of recent events, I have now moved back to Chicago. And I live in David Hernandez's basement.
Hitchhiked home.
Don't tell his family. They don't know I'm here. Just periodically, there's going to be a Twinkie missing. They're going to go, what the fuck happened? Who stole the Twinkie?
Where's all this Propel coming from?
Oh, these empty Propel bottles, yeah, certainly. So we're here, and this is the exchange we had. We come down in the basement, and David's like, all right, there's natural reverb because it's a basement. And I go, and he said to me, hey, should we have compression on? I go, dude, I don't fucking know. Just because I'm producing the show now, just do whatever you do that made it work. Whatever it makes my voice stick to tape. That's all I care about. Is that what compression does? Is it like adhesive? Does it stick the words to the tape?
Yes.
Because that's important.
It's voice glue.
All right, yeah. He goes, no, dude, that's like in case we get loud. And I'm like, then why are you even asking the fucking question?
I know, that was a dumb thing to say to you.
Of course we're going to get loud. That's what we do. You know why? Because we love it loud. Where do we love it loud?
Where do we love it
right
loud?
Between the eyes.
That's right. I don't know my Kiss lyrics.
I don't want no compromise. What if we did? I want to do a whole show that's just fucking lyrics. Like, I'm not even joking. I was in the car and I'm driving up here today, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I got to find a way to shoehorn Maneater into the show just so we can have a conversation with the lyrics.
Wait, what song?
Maneater.
Oh.
Well, you know her. She'll only come out at night. She's the
See,
lean.
I don't know lyrics as good as
she's
you
the
do.
lean and hungry type.
Yeah.
It's nothing you knew or seen or heard before. She's watching and waiting. Look, she's sitting with you, all right? Certainly, she's the kind of girl who's sitting with you, but her eyes totally on the door. God damn it, I just want to do that one whole time.
I think you just did.
I did. I shoehorned it in anyway. I was in the car, because again, when you're driving 2 hours to get here, hitchhiking. I'm sorry, I was in the back of a frozen food truck.
How are you getting around these days?
It's me and Steve Martin, and I got a big trunk with a bunch of shower curtain rings, and I negotiated a ride. I held them up on my sleeve.
How many degrees do you think this is out?
1. I got Jill doing that. That makes me laugh.
Oh, yeah.
So we're here. So again, but the compression thing happened, but also then David said, he's holding his finger over the record button, and he said, you ready to go? And what did I say?
I don't remember.
If we have to.
Yes, you did say if we have to.
I went, if we have to, which we have to, because and I should tell you this too, it is, circumstances brought me here early. So David is chugging a fucking tanker truck full of goddamn coffee just to stay awake.
7 a.m.
It is super early. I will tell you, here's another thing that's different. David has a house and a family and a fancy dog.
Yeah,
and
she's kind of fancy.
I think so. It looks like a little mop, but I mean, that's fine. but this just showed me again who I am as a person. David was getting ready. We were about to come downstairs, and I looked into his yard. And your backyard needs a little mowing. I think my godson is slacking a little bit.
That's your niece. She's got to do that.
Oh, is that her?
She got the backyard.
All right. She needs to stop working that job and go ahead and do some yard work, because it is getting a little overrun back there. But I looked at the back, and the first thing I noticed was that the yard was a little bushy. But then I saw, you've got your deck, and on your deck there was an implement on the deck itself.
Yeah.
And the first thing because it's kind of, look, this is going to be horrible, and why not throw this out there now? And maybe you'll never look at it the same again. But I was wondering why there was a dildo on your fucking deck.
There's a dildo on my deck?
There may be. When I saw, well, let's put it this way: anything shaped like that can be a dildo.
All right.
I mean, it's shaped like one. I know it's not for that, but however, if you turn it around, I mean, you can take anything and just go, hey, look at this snow shovel. Wait a second. And then you flip it around, you're like, look at this giant dildo. Anything that you have could be a dildo, really, when you think. We're talking into dildos right now as we speak.
All right. Are you sure it wasn't Shiv?
It could have been.
All right, because it's more likely a Shiv.
Wasn't the boy's been whittling, correct?
Yeah, he's been making punji sticks and weapons, and he made a snare to catch something in the backyard. It hasn't worked yet, but I mean, he literally is like, carving stuff out of wood and making weapons and arrowheads and tomahawks. And
is there a chance he whittled a dildo?
He might have.
Let's call it a wildo.
Yeah. A wildo?
Because it's made out of wood and it's whittled. A wildo. Oh, man, you got to be a brave chick to use a wooden dildo. Especially when whittled by a 13-year-old boy. Oh, my God.
Explain that to the ER.
Yeah, you got to really hope that kid's got his fucking whittling down. I mean, you're looking for splinters, the whole nine, right?
Sparks and shit are shooting off of it.
Dude, that was one of my favorite jokes I ever wrote. One time I was working with the Untamed Shrews. I've talked about this on the show. I must have. But it was a joke. We had a writer's boot camp. This is when I talked about this on an early show. This is when I broke all of Brian Noonan's shit, and then it was Schlep Rock Week.
That's right.
That was when they called me Schlep Rock.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then fucking, we were exchanging jokes, and they were talking about, they wanted to do a whole bit about like a camp, like a shrew away camp, because they were the Untamed Shrews. And I said that there were all sorts of crafts. I said one of them was how to make a vibrator out of twigs and bees. And they were just, I remember seeing them both, and their pens just furiously wrote it down.
Good one, Mike.
Yeah, nice one. A vibrator out of twigs and bees. But this thing on your deck is very dildo-esque. It's a spade is what it is. I think it's a garden spade.
How does a garden spade look like a dildo?
Because it's flesh-colored. And also...
Was it pink?
No.
Because we have leftover little toy gardening implements that my daughter had when she was little, like a fake little rake and a fake, plastic, and they're molded plastic, and they were pink.
No, this thing's wood, dude.
It's a wooden.
It's brown, but it's like kind of light colored. Like if you were ordering it in the dildo spectrum, this would probably be Caucasian. That's my guess.
It would, yeah, or flesh colored if you're a crayon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and it's just, but the way it's positioned on your deck, because the handle is facing the window. Okay. So it just looks like a cock pointing right at your window, and then it's got the thing flaring out at the back.
I got to talk to my cleaning people. That's unacceptable.
Well, you can never see any yard work with this. You have to throw this away now because I think I've ruined it for good. Yeah. Nobody can grab it by the handle without you going, ah.
I don't know, man. If he ends up working on that thing, he could turn it into something else. It could go from a dildo to like an axe.
Oh my God!
I mean, we can fix that.
I don't know. I say go wildo. I think it's the move. You want to have a wooden dildo whittled by a 13-year-old boy. That's exactly. Dude, why aren't we marking this? We got to go ahead. Let's call Ron Popeil. He's making fruit leather and all that bullshit. The last thing he doesn't have any sex toys yet, as far as I know. Like a fucking pocket fisherman, like a wildo. Dude, the name is perfect.
Just when you go camping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to bring a wildo with you. What's that? Well, it's a wooden dildo. And actually, you can get that on a plane because metal and shit is the stuff they're looking for. But if you bring a wildo on the plane...
You could sneak that right through.
Dude, you could go to work. That's perfect.
All right.
Now, I'm thinking of like a... because there's all sorts of shit that could be turned into sex toys if you think about it. Like, when you look at an abacus...
Yeah,
you could totally make that into like a vibrating sex toy, right? Because it's got the beads and it's got the slidey.
Yeah, but it's got a big frame and wires and stuff on
it.
Yeah,
but if you like made it, I don't know about electric, but if you made that thing
electric abacus,
yeah. How great a band is that?
Wasn't that a Genesis album?
I think it was a Yes album, actually. It was after Tornado. But dude, electric abacus, and if you sat on it, it totally vibrated because it's got all those beads. That might work for a dude too. Look, I don't want to get too into way too much stuff here, but I mean that's there's some areas down there that could use some work, and I think vibrating beads would actually work out.
Electric abacus.
Yeah, dude, I'm in.
We gotta go to
electric abacus. What's wrong with that dude? He's sitting on an abacus. Well, that dude is all fucked up. Oh man, he's been sitting on an abacus all morning. You can't fucking yell at that dude.
The batteries ran out of my abacus.
I gotta bring this in.
I need the adapter.
Fuck, where's my wildo?
Yeah, I gotta go old school.
Yeah, my batteries ran out. All right, so we're here in Naperville in the basement, and it's early. And look, first of all, I guess Do we have to address this early, right? Don't we have to talk? We have to talk it pretty quick.
I think what happened in the past couple of days is pretty cool.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It is. I can't even.
Well, I can because you obviously took all that money and bought a plane ticket.
On the Concorde? What the fuck? What kind of plane am I flying on? What if I did? I rented a private jet to bring me to Milwaukee to see Jill.
Hey, look at all this money.
Remember I talked about fucking in a plane? That's what I did. I went ahead and I rented a private plane to fly me to Milwaukee, pick Jill up. We fucked in it and flew around, and then we landed. I said, drop me off at Dave's house. I gotta talk about a Wildo for an hour.
I got a GoFundMe fund.
So you guys, I can't even... Because this is odd now, because what you've done is unbelievable, and it's continuing to happen as we speak. You guys are really cool, and you've stepped up. If you have not, I was going to say, if you haven't listened to last week's show, I don't know. First of all, I don't know why the fuck you're listening to this week's show if you haven't listened to last week's show.
Go back a week.
Because as you know, my show happens in chronological order. My life certainly does too. I mean, I hate
that's
to think,
weird.
Yeah, it's odd,
Weird
right?
the way that happened.
You know what? I did something like that earlier. I was with Jill in the car, and she was telling me about her son, and I went, well, honestly, I don't have kids, but. And she looked at me, she goes, you don't, honey? And I'm like, yeah, you know what, I don't. What a stupid thing to say. Like, you keep adding, I add qualifiers in for no reason. Honestly, literally, seriously. Honestly, I don't have any kids, but it was the dumbest fucking thing in the world. So just now, I'm throwing in qualifiers that don't belong there. But,
Seriously?
literally.
Okay.
Folks, last week, we had the car debacle, and I'll talk a little bit more about it now because there are recent developments and things that are happening. But then, our friend Jamie... well, first of all, our friend Rick, I don't know if Rick wants me to say his full name. Do I say full names? Does it matter?
Just say it slowly. Rick.
Rick. Vic. Our friend Vic. He went ahead and on the Westside 86 Jokers page, which some of you may know about and some of you may not. If you're not a member, go join and be a fan. Apparently it costs $1 these days. You got to go ahead and pay to join up. But there's the Westside 86 Jokers page, and it is the fan club page of listeners. It's a listener page, not a fan club, but it's a listeners page for people who listen to this show.
It's a fan club.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah, don't be ashamed of saying you got a fan club, man.
Yeah, but I don't.
How many people we know have fan clubs?
Well, Christ.
Well, you know, like real, professional.
Yeah, I know real who have actual fan clubs.
Most people I know don't have a fan.
See, I doubt that. I bet they do. They just don't talk about it. With the internet now, that's the thing is everybody's fucking everything to everyone. I mean, if someone's gonna go out there and be like, "Hey, look at my azaleas." Oh, we have an azalea fan club. They fucking everybody worships that dude because he made great azaleas. Hey, dude, I grow my own oregano. Boom, oregano fan club. I mean, it's fucking insane. I don't know why all of my fan clubs are plant based.
Yes,
However,
a lot of foliage,
a lot of seed work. Is oregano a seed? It's got to be, right? It's got to.
Oregano?
Do you plant oregano, or does it like?
I think it comes from the ground.
Well, sure. I mean, there's no oregano tree. It doesn't rain from the sky.
Somebody must have planted it. I don't think it just accidentally shot out.
So
of
it's
the ground.
a seed. It has to be It's not a. Something doesn't turn because I don't know why this will sound dumb, but I keep thinking that if you have basil long enough, it'll turn into oregano, and I know that makes no sense.
Those are two different spices.
Indeed, and they taste different.
Indeed.
That's right. I went Sherlock Holmes on you.
You are correct.
Mm-hmm. Bully. So I don't know. It just it doesn't seem like oregano. Oregano just is. I don't know if it's cultivated or grown. I think it just arrives. Oregano just shows up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it like an element of our?
It's like the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition, and certainly nobody expects oregano.
Oregano. Holy shit.
Yeah. So it just is. Oregano just is. And think about that. Brood on that for a while, folks.
How'd you go from your fan page to oregano?
I'm not sure.
All right.
So we have a page. It's called the Westside 86 Jokers page. It's for listeners of this show who also happen to like this show.
Can I just say, I'm so glad that that's the name of your fan club. I mean, early on, I know you were kind of like, well, what a weird phrase to catch on.
Yes.
But ever since...
I am willing to bet you that, because I think there's like 809 members last time I checked, last time I heard. I'm willing to bet you 808 of them have no idea what that means.
Oh, I see. They're not old. They didn't come in at the very beginning.
Right. Because it was just Adam started the page and he called it that. And it because it was off of that episode that made him go, oh, okay.
It was the episode where you were talking about seeing The Dark Knight at the theater, right?
Yes.
Well, ever since I've been able to go in and change the artwork, I've gotten, like, it's been so much fun to just...
It's the greatest.
It's the greatest. I mean, just think of all the stupid things you've said over the past 7 years and all the things that you could have named the fan club for.
Oh, my Christ, yeah.
Yeah.
We could have called it a Han Solo. Like, I was so mad at Han Solo never caught on. I was like, dude, that's a fucking awesome term.
Or Asian
but it never
baby
went
mouth
anywhere.
sauce.
Asian baby mouth sauce. Yeah, we could do that.
I don't know what I could draw for that every other week. But I mean, it's just funny the way that worked out. So like, I enjoy that character so much, and I get every couple of weeks. I'm like, I'm gonna do another one.
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
Well, it makes me very happy, and it lends itself certainly to your involvement, which is great. But yeah, it was Adam's brilliance that he was like, he named it that because he could have named it. You know, he could have called it the Mike Schmidt fan page or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Which actually that full name, the Mike Schmidt fan page or whatever the fuck. That actually works. I don't mind that one.
Yeah,
that could be the alternate title. I think that was the Reddit page for a while that nobody went to ever. Our friend Scott in Kansas City started that, and he's like, "Hey, I started your Reddit page." And I think I wrote back why, and then I was proven right. Reddit.
Yeah.
You know what Reddit is? It's the internet, but just words. I fucking went, dude. I tried. I really tried because Reddit is supposedly the front page of the internet. That's what they call themselves, I think. And so I really went to Reddit, and I tried to get our page to catch on a little, and I promoted it and stuff. But it reminded me of CompuServe. I mean, it was just this, like those old fucking AOL message boards where people just talk to one another. And I'm like, fuck that, dude. I need a picture or I need a rabbit doing a somersault or some bullshit that you guys put on everybody else's page. But when you go to Reddit, it's literally just words and a discussion, which works, except I don't want to talk to anybody. You know what I mean? Fuck. Who do I want to talk to?
Well, if it's just words, does that mean that when you go there, you don't have to see all the posts about how God's going to give me money if I just change this and share this post with you?
I'm going to say this, and it sounds like you don't think God is going to give you money if you share that post. And I've got to disagree with you, quite frankly.
Really? How's that work out for you?
Well, I got news for you. It's weird you would mention that. Jesus just gave $78.
That was Jesus.
Oh, all right. Damn it. I thought I had it. I need more of that, by the way, on the Facebook. I need more people telling me that if you share this, you'll get riches, and if you share this, you'll get. I don't know why that seems to be a thing.
You know what else kills me? I posted something a little bit ago about this. I was kind of making fun of it. I don't understand the concept of typing in prayers sent. I think that's hysterical.
Well, all right.
I just think that's hysterical.
Well, I have to be honest with you because, in getting back to our page and our financial thing,
you were talking about that.
Well, you wrote that in there like 5 times, and in my head, I'm finally like, "Hey, dickbag." Like 3 times might have been funny, but finally the 5th one.
Oh wait, I got a better one. I put an image to it now, so next time I have to say prayer sent, it's going to have a picture that goes along with it. Because I love that. It makes me laugh so hard when I think about the concept that I think it's one of the coolest things you could ever put on Facebook is prayer sent. It's just,
why?
It's just so stupid.
Well, it's funny because the thing that caught on Twitter was people would put #blessed.
Really?
And they meant it. They were sincere about it. But then everybody fucking co-opted it and they put it for everything. It would just be like, oh man, and just a picture of a ham sandwich, blessed. You know what I mean? Like whatever you were doing in that moment meant that you were blessed. And any foolish or silly thing, people would just # it blessed.
That's how I mean it.
So exactly. But then you do it a billion times, and it's just like
three times is not a billion.
3 seems like a billion.
Yeah.
Honestly, to me.
Well, you got to set it up.
Oh, okay. It comes in 3s.
Well, you set it up initially, like get a room. That had to start somewhere.
Right.
So you got to you establish yourself, and they got to accept you. In the words of Bart from Blazing Saddles.
You wrote that. You actually wrote "Get a Room" on something. I saw something on my, Facebook does that back in the day, or whatever the fuck it is, where they show you stuff that was on your wall a few years ago.
Yeah.
I think 3 years ago you wrote "Get a Room" somebody. "Get a Room" mustache or something.
Yeah.
And so I wondered if that was the genesis, if that was the seed, if that was the oregano of that bit.
No, I think it started with you, one of your pictures. It was. Because that doesn't, I can't think of who else I would have said that to.
No, it was on my wall. It was on my picture.
That's where it started.
Yeah, Facebook doesn't show me anybody else's bullshit from 3 years ago. That would be horrifying.
No, that's everybody else pointing it out.
Oh, my God.
Posting their stuff.
Dude, I made the mistake because Balsitis wrote something on my page, and it was from a couple years ago. I don't even know what it was. And so it came up on this day from 2 years ago or a year ago. And I actually liked it. I was like, you know what? I forgot to like this. And I like it. And it goes back on my timeline. Like
and people think it's new.
Yeah. And the worst part of it, because then they start commenting on it, but also it makes you look like you're sitting home jerking off looking at your old Facebook posts. Fuck that, dude. I mean, hey, look, that stuff's dead to me. I don't, I'm glad it was nice that Rich Balcetis wrote that, but I wanted to, and that's why I was like, oh man, that's nice. Why did I forget to like that? Because I'll tell you what, when I first started doing Facebook a million years ago, because remember I made fun of it like the first 2 years of this show.
Yeah.
And then I jumped in, and of course that was it. I hit the pipe, and now I'm out back of fucking convenience stores scratching my arm and trying to get Facebook hits.
You dragged me into it.
Well, yeah, but you came in fucking willingly. You swooped in like death from on high.
No, what happened was I did it because I think it had to do with controlling the images. It was a lot easier for me. I think I had your password. I could go in and change stuff and put stuff. And then I saw what it was, and I'm like, this is perfect for me. I don't have to talk to anybody. I can just be a dick. But
just hit run and go away.
Type in stuff, and then I can just let it go out there.
Well, I was anti it like the first year and a half, 2 years. And then, so I see on this day 5 years ago or whatever, because I joined it, I think in 2009 or 2010, because this show started in 2007. So then I got in about 2 years in, and then I look and they give you these on these days, and I didn't like anything. Well, no, I didn't like anything. I didn't reply to anybody. I didn't fucking say anything. And people would write, dude, this is the funniest fucking show I've ever heard. And it just sits there moribund with, I don't say a fucking word to those people. So I can't even believe they stuck around. They must be, because if I'm not responding to you, you must just think I'm some fucking comedy robot. You know what I mean? That just got programmed to do a show every week. And then because you write on my wall and I didn't fucking say anything to anybody or like any of their comments.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why I got involved. I figured, I don't mind replying to somebody. And there were people that actually wrote me to tell you stuff. Remember that? There were some people that said, "Hey, could you let Mike know that I'm like, oh, all right."
Yeah, and I've talked about this on here too. When people will write stuff like, I don't mean to bother you. What the please bother me. I'm literally doing nothing but ruining my life. Go ahead and jump in, please. Distract me from the inevitable fucking march toward death that I'm on. Because Chris, our friend, I have a friend named Chris who texted me, and I went to dinner with him a few weeks ago, and he's a nice guy. He's come to see me in San Francisco a few times. He's just a good guy. And when he's in LA, he'll come to the podcast festival. But I went out to dinner with him. He happened to be in Los Angeles. He texted me a few weeks ago, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go to dinner while I'm in town?" I said, "Sure." And we went. And then I think a week later, he was filming something. It was, I told you, he bid on, and let me just talk about this. And I don't know if Chris cares that I say this or not. But he writes me and he said he's going to be in LA. The reason he's coming down is for a video shoot with Bree Taylor.
Who's that?
Well, look, anytime you see the name Bree, it's that she's got a cock in her face. I mean, it's like you just really. There's no one named Bree. There's no nuns named Bree. There's no Sister Bree. Okay, it's not happening.
Sister Bree.
Yeah, that's not happening. So, but I will tell you this. In my head, I was kind of like, well, that sounds like a porn star. But also my head went right away because he said it was a special video for Bree Taylor or whatever the fuck her name is. And so I thought, my brain immediately went to Bree Walker.
Is she a porn star?
Well, here's the thing. You don't know who Bree Walker is, but in LA, Bree Walker is famous. She was an anchor woman, kind of like Linda Yu here. She's been on for 30 fucking years. Okay, or Jack Taylor or those people, Ron Majors. Well, she was that in LA. There's Paul Moyer, because Paul Moyer is... He's he's not on KNBC anymore, but when I first moved there, he was on, and he's the template for Anchorman.
Okay.
Paul Moyer he's the template.
He's Ron Burgundy.
He's the template for Ron Burgundy. He is. That's who Will Ferrell saw and went, oh my God, that's this fathead that I have to make fun of. Right. And it's funny, if you go on YouTube, there's a fun, put in Paul Moyer. Yeah. Because he was in a verbal altercation with another anchor woman from another station. And it got caught on tape. So it's Paul Moyer. So that's what that, when he's like, you're a smelly pirate whore. You know all that? Well, I think it's based on this back and forth where he's like, you know what, Ann? Fuck you. And he's like literally, you just hear him in his Anchorman voice tell this chick to get fucked. And he's fighting with Ann Martin, she was his partner for a while at NBC, and then she went to CBS. Well, God, and it's funny because again, like I always used to joke about out here, anchor people are famous.
They're celebrities.
Yeah, people are like, oh my God, I saw Ron Majors at Maggiano's on Clark or whatever the fuck. Like all that whole sentence is fucking wrong. That just sounds like word vomit. Because in LA, you see real celebrities. But out here, when you see anybody who's on the TV, you rush to them and you're like, oh my God, look at that haircut. That's
basically what it is.
Yeah, so that's who Ron Majors or Walter Jacobson or those people are. And then when someone bursts out of their little, ghetto of Chicago, like Bill Curtis. We grew up with Bill Curtis. Yeah. and then he became national.
Yes.
And for doing the Bill Curtis,
Chicago. In Chicago.
So that's who we grew up watching. So, and it's funny, I just had this conversation with Jill last night because she showed me a clip on her phone and there was Lester Holt doing a thing. And she goes, I love this guy. I go, really?
Yeah.
She goes, I love Lester Holt. She goes, you know why? She goes, because everybody else just kind of fell away and he's still there. He's working it and he's fucking making it happen. And I'm like, he was in Chicago. He was a guy.
He's a network guy, but he started out doing local news.
Yeah. And I don't know where he first started, but we had him here for a while in Chicago.
Yeah. The movie The Fugitive with Harrison Ford, there's the real Chicago reporters were in that movie playing reporters. John Drummond.
John Drummond is a guy who I think he might have been in 30 movies because his deal was he was
Bulldog.
the old school bulldog reporter with half a cigar in his mouth who would burst on the scene of a mafia shooting. You know what I mean? That kind of dude, like one of those dudes, you cut him open, he would just bleed cigar ash and red sauce. He's just that guy because he would constantly show up and he'd be like, the Luciano family has gone down by 1 tonight as they've found Salvatore Big Melons fucking Johnson.
Big Melons fucking Johnson. I thought that was a blues singer.
I don't know. It might be. But they found, Salvatore Bellomo, who, by the way, a wrestler from WWF, found him dead in a booth in the fucking Carmines in the Italian district, in the laundry district, or some bullshit. John Drummond was always the first dude on the scene.
Yeah.
Just pinholes in his suit and a fucking, butter on his face. He was just one of those guys.
He always did the mob stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always covered him, Lester Holt, Pam Zeckman, and Jay Levine were all Chicago news people at the time The Fugitive came out, so they all got little cameos.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I saw Pam Zeckman. She's a villain from Lord of the Rings, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. She might be a female dwarf.
Yeah,
she's
she's the going to the light Carol Ann. She's like one of those fucking chicks. She's just like a little kind of she's like half orc and half news reporter. And it's just like, well, she's live at the Battle of Helm's Deep. I'm Pam Zeckman.
Thank you, Pam.
She throw it back to you guys. John Drummond bursts in. So Ron, I didn't know where we were fucking. Oh, so Bree Walker. I got to talk about Bree Walker.
Bree Walker.
So there's John Drummond was one of those dudes. So I apologize. You were talking about The Fugitive though. I stepped on it.
No, I was just saying Lester Holt is now national network, right?
Yes.
But
he now just got the NBC Nightly News in the wake of the Brian Williams lying quote unquote scandal.
But that group of reporters were all local Chicago people.
Yeah.
Greg Gumbel.
Greg Gumbel. We saw Greg Gumbel and Brad Gumbel growing up.
That's before he had his wig.
Yes.
Because I remember watching him on the news
when
he didn't have a wig.
And he was our local sports guy.
Yeah.
And Mike Adamley, who then went fucking, these guys all went national because they stopped here in Chicago for a while and then they went to be national reporters. Well, Bree Walker she was an anchor woman in Los Angeles. And then she wound up having an affair with Jim Lampley, boxing's Jim Lampley. But Jim Lampley was an anchor man in Los Angeles. And the two of them then became once they had the affair, then he got a divorce and they got married. And they became like the husband and wife anchor team. Okay.
Right.
But here's the thing about Bree Walker. She's a freak.
A super freak?
Well, she's a very kinky girl. I can't argue that, certainly. Not the kind
you don't take home to mother.
No. Well, I will tell you this, though. She will never let your spirits down once you get her off the street. Well, you know her, too, because she likes the boys in the band. Yeah. And I think she said you're her all-time favorite.
I am her all-time favorite.
When she made her move to your room, it was the right time. Let me ask you this about her, because you know her better than I do.
Yeah.
Is she hard to please? I think she's never hard to please.
She's never hard to please.
Oh, yeah. She seems like she'd be pretty kinky.
The girl is a super freak.
The kind of girl you would read about in movie magazines?
Yeah, you got me.
You'd probably like to taste her every time you meet her. All right, so, well, she's all right. She's all right.
All right.
Yeah, she's all right. That girl's all right with me.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey. Let's just. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm in love with Mary Jane. What if I did all the Rick James songs? That is rampaged. Oh, cold-blooded. So,
Darkness.
Oh, darknesses. Again, literally, aliens come to Earth. They're watching the Mad World Dick Shawn scene, and they're watching the Rick James episode. They won't even know who Rick James is, but they'll understand why it's funny, because it is so fucking genius. I cannot stop raving about it enough. The Prince one also, but both Prince and Rick James equally funny, in my opinion, just because they really fucking happened. So great. I mean, I want to scream that from the rooftops, like how great it is. I want to meet Charlie Murphy just to go, fuck, dude. In the lexicon to bring those stories to light, and those stories happen all the goddamn time, dude. Oh, man. Dude, I mean, I have a Rick James story. I almost fought him. I fucking got in his face.
You have, but all your stories are like, it's like you're Bizarro, Forrest Gump, like the Bizarro version of Forrest Gump. It's like everybody else has a story where they meet. Hey, you remember that time I met Rick James? Your story is, hey, remember when I met Rick James and he took a shot at me and almost hit me?
See, we can say that about him, but then I meet Flavor Flav and he hugs me.
See, that's cool.
And he tells me I'm the motherfucking best. And then he yells it down the hallway. This man here is the motherfucking best. In Flavor Flav voice. Like, I can't even do it. He and I we're separated by 3 inches of clock.
Is that a thick clock? I know it's wide in diameter, but I mean, is it like really thick? Like,
well, girth is more important, really, than length.
That's what I heard. I was just curious about the guy's clock.
Yeah, well, why not? If you can't talk about Flavor Flav's clock, I don't know whose clock you can talk about.
So you were talking about Bree
Walker, freak. Here's why, and I don't mean freak in a mean way. I think it's probably coming off as a mean thing. She has electrostalysis.
What?
I don't know. There's a fancy name for it, but what it means is she has 4 cans.
4 cans?
Not 4 cans, fork hands.
So not 4 breasts.
She has flippers.
Okay.
Yeah, like that thing where
you're doing a can. She's like breast. Okay.
She's like a walrus.
Got 4
chick.
hands?
No. I wish I had 4 hands. So I give those titties 4 thumbs down. Charlie Murphy. So great.
So she has what?
She has flippers.
Really?
Yeah, dude. She's got fucking no fingers. They all welded together
like
into
a
thing. Yeah, dude. Exactly. That's exactly what it's. And so she would do the news. It's like
on an iceberg.
Yeah, exactly. She's in the penguin's lair waiting for Batman to fight her. They just got those fucking, it's just like literally just flesh paddles. You know what I mean? There's no discerning fingers. There's no shape.
Was she open about it, or was she like Radar from MASH? Always hid.
Fuck that. No, she's got a flipper, because this is the old days.
She's got a flipper.
No, I mean, she got to flip her news pages. Like she had them in front of her, so she'd shuffle her scripts with them and everything. Dude, she was the farthest thing from demure about them. She was practically like, yeah, she was doing like that fucking, remember Bernadette from Zoom? I'm Bernadette. And she did that thing with her arms.
With her arms.
Yeah, that's how she opened the news. I'm Bree Walker. She just wanted to make sure you knew about it, goddammit.
How bad do you think they wanted her to wear a monocle?
Oh, Christ.
Just to tip in the penguin thing.
And a top hat? Oh, dude.
Here's Miss Lady Penguin with the news.
Yeah, and she just does the weather and she's pointing with an umbrella. Fuck yeah. Dude, so I mean, crazy. Her whole fucking arms. And I will tell you this, and again,
she's got flippers.
Yeah, and I'm a terrible person because the whole time, because then she winds up cheating with Lampley, and Lampley dumps his wife for her.
He leaves his wife for a flipper girl?
Yes, and you got to be thinking, how great is that hand job? I mean, seriously, if she puts them together, she's got to make like a giant Wonder Twins fucking hand job flipper move and just fucking go to work. Because if you're Lampley's wife, aren't you home just thinking,
if I only had flippers?
Yeah, I would have kept this dude.
If I only had flippers.
Yeah, she's probably thinking, you know what? When you finally dump that chick, at least I can give you the finger. She can't.
No,
she gives you the flipper, which I guess is like 4 fuck yous in one. It's all welded together.
So literally, it was like the fingers were all attached.
Yeah, but they weren't. There was no discernible finger.
It was just like a flip.
She just had a couple of ping pong paddles at the end of her arm.
Lobster claw.
Yeah. Just fucking, and just ready to go, man. And so she would, and then she would always shuffle her papers and she would hold them up.
Man.
Yeah. And so they would they'd zoom in on them and it was just, it's terrible. So it was all, literally, like, how Senior Winston says the that's all she had. Yeah, she had the, it's all right. She had a couple of those hands.
Yeah, you could do that. You could make a puppet hand. That's pretty cool.
And she did. Oh my God, she did.
Puppet hand job?
Of course.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Mean face? Happy face?
No, you gotta go mean face because he's so angry about that hand job. And actually, Because you would think that normally you would paint a Senior Wences there, and the cock would go in the mouth part there. Bullshit. I go backwards.
Upwards.
Yeah, so it looks like it's coming out of the mouth.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's like so upset.
The angry spitter.
Oh man, I can't believe the. Whoa. And then fucking opens up and the cock emerges. Yeah, dude, I gotta film that. Oh my god. See, I could throw that up somewhere on the internet.
It's all right.
Is that right? Yeah, like fucking backwards. You go Senior Wences and you come out. The cock comes out, dude. Awesome.
Like it would look like an alien jaw.
Yeah, it just unhinges and boom, there you go, and it just shoots out again with a little mouth on the end. God damn it!
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like this idea. You know what? That's the movie this week. If you guys wait for the break, we got to film that before I split. We'll go ahead. You got a Sharpie? Let's get started on this right now.
I think I got glue on googly eyes.
Oh, dude!
Yeah, from like an old arts and craft project.
Well, then I hope you got 4. 2 on the hand, 2 on the cock. Dude, if a cock emerged with eyes, oh, dude,
my alien spitter penis tongue has eyes.
Oh, this movie is perfect. It writes itself, folks. I think you can hear it writes itself.
It's a franchise. You can tell.
So Bree, I don't even know how we got into Bree Walker.
You were talking about you and Chris were doing a. He was.
Oh,
doing
so he
something.
said he was going to go to some video thing with Bree Thompson or Bree somebody, and I thought it was Bree Walker.
Flipper hands.
So I think I even texted it to him. Is it one of those infomercials for? Because she became a spokesperson for Flipper people. And she's like, hey, man, totally Flipper people are all right. We're not bad. We can't eat spaghetti, but other than that, we're fine.
We can salute you.
Yeah, we got that down. If you need to pick a lock, we can kind of twist our hand in there and form it into the form of the lock and open it and bust it for you.
We make awesome shadow puppets.
Yeah, we can't eat pasta. That's the only thing we can't do because you can't fucking spin it.
No, you can't spin
So you'd have to use your whole hand.
Yeah.
You just fucking spin it. Oh, dude, but that's not so bad. You think just tuck your hand into a handful of noodles, just fucking zoom, spin it around.
Claw?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, unless you have like Cavatelli or something, that doesn't wrap.
Nah, fuck that. Yeah, you got fucking orzo.
You need angel hair.
You got to go spaghetti and fettuccine. You got to go long noodle. If you got flippers, you got to go long noodle. If you're going to eat pasta with your flippers, you have to go long noodle. You can't possibly be eating an orchietta that way. No. Fuck no, that's not happening. You're just a mess. Honestly, you just make a mess of your shirt.
Yeah, you just got to get a fork, go old school.
Nah, fuck that. You can't do it. No, if you want to you just go boom, put it right in the middle and just spin it around, vroom, like a fucking washing machine. So I actually wrote him and I go, is this some, because she became famous. She became a spokesperson for the Flipper people. And then she was actually on, there was some fucking show on HBO, but it was about freaks. No, not really about freaks. I watched it once and it was terrible. It didn't hold up.
It wasn't like real sex?
Oh my God, if she was on Real Sex, I watched that. Yeah. Absolutely. For her to talk about how to do it with a flipper.
Flipper job.
Oh.
There's an underground flipper job.
Lampley knows. No, it's above ground now. She's brought it up. She knows.
It's just in your face.
So she, I don't know about your face. Boy, she's got to go in the back door on that, right?
What are you talking?
She got to grease up the flipper. Like, it was like that porn that we saw.
Oh, with this, like the stump?
Yeah.
Stump porn?
Yeah, that
flipper
guy
porn?
Got stump fucked? Oh, it was terrible.
You think Lampley rode the flipper?
Oh my God, of course he has. How do you not? You got one flipper working the top and one flipper with the underground hammer? That's it. You go underground hammer with the one flipper and you got the other flipper working the top, dude. Dude, you would fucking unload. Oh my God. Just fucking like a flipper working the prostate and then a flipper up top, dude.
There's a flipper on my prostate.
Yeah. How do you broach that conversation? Does she bring it up or does he?
I have this idea.
I've been
watching old films of Ray Robinson and I was thinking, hear me out.
Listen, I've been watching you and your flippers. Here's what I was thinking.
Let's grease those puppies up.
Let's do this. Let's fucking astroglide the shit out of them and then just go up my ass. How about that? I was going to sugarcoat it. I was going to try to come up with a bunch of code words, but I can't. I want you to I want to sit on your flipper. I'm sorry. We got to go. I'm going to put the Abacus away.
Yeah, when the battery goes out in your Abacus, you whip out the flipper.
Yeah, that's what you do. You just sit on it and spin around.
Oh, Jesus.
So she became this person, and then she became an actress, because again, what else what do you do with flippers? You know what I mean? It's not like she's become a drummer. So she fucking goes ahead, and she's in Carnival, and she was it was Carnival, that's the name of the show, and she was in the Freak Show, and she was a flipper chick in the Freak Show thing. And then, of course, she thinks she's bringing awareness to the condition, when in reality, all she is she's another person in the Freak Show for you to go, ha! And I don't mean that in a mean way. Nobody's like, oh my God, she's terrible. I mean, I'm sure she's a wonderful person. Are you okay? You're going to die?
That flipper thing did me wrong, man.
It did. Yeah. Well,
My laughter went down the wrong pipe.
so she thought she was a spokesperson, but again, she was more someone that a magnifying glass went on. And then she got a DUI, which brought up all sorts of
I'd like
questions.
to be that cop.
Nope. No.
Man, whoa.
Ma'am, I'm going to need you to touch your fingers. Let's rephrase that. I need you to, if there's a way you
Can you bring your flipper to your nose?
count to 10 like on your face. No, I'm sorry, we... all right, I'll tell you what. You don't have to walk anything. You don't have to touch anything, but I'm going to throw this herring in the air.
Can you bounce this ball in your nose, please?
If you can jump up and catch it in your mouth, then we're fine, and you can drive off and go home. But she was one of those weirdos who got like a DUI, and then had an excuse about it. Instead of just going, yeah, I got a little bombed or whatever, like the fucking idiot who hit me last week. She was just like, no, I had a glass of wine and I was tired. And then, well, yeah, but then you're fucking weaving. And she should have just said, hey, I got flippers. What the fuck do you want me to do?
I couldn't stop.
Yeah, I'm not in the ocean. I can't fucking control myself.
I can't tell the bartender how much whiskey I want. I can't do the pinchy.
No,
hands.
I get it. When he says how much you
I gotta
want,
go full flipper. That's 4-finger width.
that's a 4-finger shot I'm knocking down. I'll tell you what, if I was at a swim-up bar, I'd be home by now. The fact I had to get into a van certainly impedes my fucking progress to the house.
Plus, it's stick shift.
Oh, which was awful. Yeah, that's not happening. Oh,
So who's this? The real Bree?
so I Googled the name because it dawned on me after I wrote it, and then I went, you know that thing where a couple of
is
minutes
that the
later you
same?
go,
Yeah.
fuck. So because I even said, I go, is this one of her fucking infomercials for a thing? And he goes, no, it's a comedy special.
So you thought Flipper Girl was doing comedy?
And then so in my head I went, well, I knew it wasn't her because not even. And also, I will tell you this, by the way, I should alert everybody. I just should have been a spoiler alert. If you Google Bree Walker right now, I'm warning you, it's not going to be pretty. Because as she got older, and then I think Lampley left, and then she started to get drunk, and she became an actress, and she wasn't, she became one of those people chasing it.
Yeah.
So she wound up getting tons of collagen.
Oh, really?
Injected into her flippers. Now.
So now she looks like Mr. Krabs.
She has these swollen, bee-stung hands. No, she got her face done. And she just, her whole head looks like a pool toy at this point because it's just this gigantic.
Right.
She looks like the drawing you did of me when I said I was all mouth, and that's literally what she looks like. Yeah, you should look like the painting you did. So if you Google her, you're going to go, holy Christ. And I think she's also another one of those who was just like, no, man, this just kind of happened naturally. I didn't do anything.
I'm allergic to shellfish.
Yeah, but instead, when she's trying to explain the story, she's like, hey, bamamba, dibba dubba no, but there was no injections in my face. Yeah, I mean, you're literally. She had to stop going to Laker games because with her head, Shaq just instinctually grabbed her and dunked her. That her fucking head looks like it's just been inflated to the point of basketballness. So it's just a grim thing, and so. And I actually went down a Wikipedia hole on her once he fucking, because I went, well, that's not her.
Yeah.
And then he said he was going to a comedy show. And then when I Googled the other one's name, let's put it this way, don't Google that one either. If you Google Bree Walker, you're going to find a bunch of flippers and lips.
All right.
But if you Google the other one, Bree Johnson or Thompson, your computer will just come in your face. I mean, it's just that, she's that much of a porn star.
Oh.
So she has had, I think Bree, I don't know, I'm sure Chris will write it on my
Bree
wall.
Olson.
It might be Bree Olson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why I know that.
How did you pull that so quickly, my friend?
Is she known for her backside?
Certainly.
Then that's probably why I know her.
All right. So, you're a fan.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
That's your guy. Well, I am too. I'm the same guy.
No, you're not. I thought you were always a.
Well, I like glasses and tits, but I'm a backyard guy, dude.
Since when? I thought you were always a.
I refer you to the quote from 1997 in Jeff Mills' apartment in Chicago.
Yes.
Schmitty's not serious about eating ass, is he?
Well, I always thought you were a chest guy.
Well, I mean, I like chest, certainly, but I'm going to bury my face in where you let me.
All right. I'm sorry. I had you classified as somebody else. I got to move you around. UN of Evil needs a whole new flow chart.
Oh, you got to do it? You got to redo it?
Yeah.
I have to. Nah, dude. I
See, didn't have you in that camp.
All right. Well, if I'm going to go. Look, we're all pussy guys. I guess you could say it that way. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm all.
Really?
I think we are pretty much. Well, one of us is a cock guy, but I don't want to get into that.
Well, yeah.
I don't want to out him here on the show.
Sure.
But I like it all. I mean, I'm seriously, if I could pick a woman up by the hair and put her in my mouth and pull out fish bones, I would do it. I don't fucking care. I mean, I'm a me mouth. You know, I'm more selfish. I'm more me my mouth on everything. That's all. I don't.
Yeah.
Everywhere from fucking toes to nose. I mean, I forget about it. You are when I'm done with you, you're gonna need like 9 showers because you are gonna be covered in spit and cum and everything else. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm kind of sorry I brought that up.
Why? What are you saying? Why would you change the subject?
Well,
Dude, we talked about a flipper hand job with a cock coming out of the mouth. Don't even pretend. Well, okay, I guess
it was my idea to put the googly eyes on it, though.
well, on both.
Yeah.
Really?
So Brie Olson I've heard of as a porn star.
So then you'll be so disappointed to hear this. Fucking Chris, she had a Kickstarter or some bullshit, and she because she retired from porn.
She did?
Yeah,
Oh,
she put her ass on a shelf.
Put it back in its case.
Yeah, she's like, we're done. And of course, like any porn star, what they wind up doing is they go ahead and they try to stay in the entertainment industry because look, God love them. I hope so. I hope they can make something of themselves, and I hope they go ahead and reach their dreams and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, once you've had 2 glass eyes because you've had cum shot in your face so many times, it's going to be hard for you to read a script. You know, and so Brie, and look, I will say this: there's nothing worse than porn star who thinks she's funny.
Yeah, you're talking about Katie Morgan, right?
Oh, dude, Katie Morgan is what an annoying, fucking terrible. Because again, she had personality.
Yeah.
So then HBO went, hey, that chick has personality and she's willing to get naked. Let's let her host all of our bullshit sex shows. And then she ruined them because all of a sudden she thought she was good at it. Yeah. And so she tried then to be interesting or funny or smart or cute.
She just had a personality.
Well, she had a personality.
Doesn't mean that it warrants you having a TV show. Though.
Well, it's like the phrase in Pulp Fiction. Hey, look, just because you are a character doesn't mean that you have character. Well, the same thing with personality. Just because you can speak and you're actually willing, that was the thing. She was willing to speak up and talk. Yeah. And they're like, oh, that's someone who could use their mouth for something other than sucking a cock. So let's let her host everything as long as she's naked. Yeah. So she'd be naked and then she'd wind up hosting but then that's what I mean is the worst part is they let her run with it. So she started to try to be interesting or try to be funny. And you're like, no, you don't have the instincts. Just be yourself. Just fucking talk. But then she would do that baby talk thing. Katie Morgan, I can't even imagine. I'm sure she talks like Lucille Ball in real life. You know what I mean? but when she's doing her shows, she's just like, hey guys, how are you? Oh my God, shut the fuck up. Just because we're all infantilized because we're staring at your tits doesn't mean you have to talk to us like we're babies as well.
I have to admit, when I watched her on those HBO specials she got after that initial thing,
yes,
I was always looking at how they covered a tattoo. Because she's got a big tattoo on her chest.
Does she?
And I think she had one on her lower abdomen. I'm not sure, but I know they have to airbrush all that out.
Why?
I don't know. It's because I've seen old footage of her when she had this tattoo. I thought she had it on her chest. So I'm always kind of that's what I'm looking for. I was like staring at that, trying to pick up the makeup and seeing how they covered it up.
But that doesn't make any sense because I guess they think she's wholesome. Is that it? Because that was one of the reasons they hired her. And if the
it is kind of an awkward place to have one. I mean, if you're going to stand there, it's just I don't know. I didn't think it looked that good to begin with.
Well, was it a gang tattoo? Was she owned by some dude?
I think it was a swastika.
Well, certainly you got to airbrush that out.
That might have been where they covered
it. Nobody wants that.
I didn't think about that. You've chosen to not bring your laptop, so we're doing this on the disc, so we're gonna have to change discs again.
Oh, we'll talk about that on the next disc because we have to talk about something.
We got like 2 minutes, and I still don't know what happened with Chris and Bree.
All right, we're getting there,
and I still think we should talk about what Jamie did with the GoFundMe.
Well, of course, that has to be spoken about.
Yeah.
This is a weird wrap up. Like we got a mid-show wrap up. Let me ask you this too, because all right, I'll say this to you, because I'm hoping Lily will put this show together. Because I the last few weeks I've done it, like the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to send Lily these things and have her put it together and be able to edit it and put it up top. When she does that, she always instinctually wants to put the music spot here.
No, we don't want. This would be where. What would you put here? Would you put something here?
Well, no. We've been stitching it together.
Oh. Well, you can do this, can't you?
I'm gonna be. I got a bunch of stuff this week.
No, you don't,
dude. It takes 4 hours to sit down and do this. You have no idea Because
No,
now
I do, because I'm the one that's going to have to dub this to disc to get it to whoever's going to.
Awesome. Well, then you do it, and then
But
we'll
I don't
see.
know how to put it together into one show.
Well, hopefully our friend Lily can do it. What I'm saying is, right here usually is where we would put. She instinctually wants to put the music spot here. Should we put a music spot here and then have one? Because again, it makes her break it up later.
Put something here, because I got to change the disc.
All right. So we switched discs.
Yeah.
And what happened?
That doesn't sound good. Is this ass or cave? I guess you know what spot we're doing.
Cave. Is this a byproduct of the disc? Is this an old disc?
No, this is for some reason my recorder has a automatic reverb. It automatically puts reverb on you. You literally have to take it off
Why?
because they assume we're going to be singing from Sun Studios in Memphis.
You mean where nothing good ever came out of?
Yeah, the birth of rock and roll now.
No, not a. Well, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't need one guy with a stand-up bass and another guy with a fucking, with brush drums.
All of which I have here.
I'm sure you do, and I'm not a fan of any
All
of
right,
it.
well, let's take it away.
You can. You can take this off.
I can. Yeah, I hope so. Gosh. All right, let's see if
Do
this
it.
works. There.
All right, we're back to normal.
We came back to the surface of Earth.
Normal, quote unquote.
Yes. So you were talking about Chris and Bree.
Before I do that, quote unquote, let's talk about this. I was in Milwaukee just yesterday. I flew into Milwaukee on Saturday.
Yes.
And Jill's like, "Hey, have you heard about our lion?" And I'm like, "I don't."
You guys own a lion?
She went and bought us a lion. That's what the GoFundMe money went for. I went ahead.
Yeah, you are Lloyd Christmas.
I flew in on a
Dude,
private
I got
plane.
$4,000. Let's get a lion.
I flew in on a private plane. We flew around and fucked in it, and then we bought a lion.
The world is yours.
Yeah, that's how I do it, man. I got a giant hot tub. I got a fucking cigar in my mouth. Twism.
Put this thing together.
Me, that's who.
Who bought a lion?
Me, that's who.
Pelican.
Say goodnight to the bad guy. And then literally I went to a fancy restaurant and I tried to eat spaghetti with flippers, and they stared at me. And I got up and I'm like, "Hey, you'll need guys like me to eat spaghetti with flippers, okay?"
Tony, when are you going to have a guy with flippers
Tony.
to replace you?
My associates recognized your pasta at lunch. God damn, I love that guy's voice. So
Sosa.
perfect. Emil Sosa.
Sosa.
You know what? The bus boys at my work, I just say this to them.
Yeah.
I'll just look at them and just go up to them and I go, "Ipoprasi." I don't even know what it means.
It's just like poor little
Poor little pig or something like that. It's just "Ipoprasi," faster than a pig gets fucked. Fucking F. Murray Abraham throws the fucking toothpick at him. God damn it.
Not one Mexican in that scene. Not one Cuban in that scene, except maybe the driver. The guy sitting next to F. Murray Abraham.
Let me ask you this. Let me talk about this for just a second.
All right.
Why have rappers the world over, Shaq and everybody else, why is Scarface the movie of rappers and athletes and famous dudes? And let's just say it, black dudes. Why have black dudes seized upon Scarface as that movie?
Yeah.
And for some reason, New Jack City has gotten a pass. How is New Jack City not that movie for those guys? Because, dude, Wesley Snipes is fucking unbelievable as Nino Brown in that movie.
Because Judd Nelson is poison.
Is that what it was? That's what chased them off?
I don't know.
And Ice-T's fucking, literally.
They did a special on that, I think. Why is Scarface such a big thing in the hip-hop community?
Really?
Yeah.
And look, there was a rapper who became Nino Brown, and then there are the Cash Money Brothers and stuff like that. But dude, when you watch New Jack City, you can't turn it off when Wesley Snipes is on. He is fucking magnetic in that movie. He's so great. The fucking butterfly knife, dude.
Yeah.
That scene when he pulls out the butterfly knife, cuts the dude's fucking ponytail off, and he's like, "Hey, you skingy eating motherfuckers, get out of here."
Yeah,
dude.
I don't know. I personally, I never. I love Scarface, but I never looked at that as like that's. I would assume if you're going to aspire to something, it's a successful something,
Right.
And I think they never see the whole picture. I mean, this guy blew it all.
Yeah.
I mean, does that factor into anything? Why?
Well, here's my theory about that. The hip hop community, all of those families bought that movie on VHS tape.
Yeah.
And lost the second one.
So they think Tony Montana got a tiger and everything's cool.
It ends with Tony Montana getting a tiger and taking Michelle Pfeiffer out of the house.
Yeah.
And that's it, because literally that's where the VHS tape ends. There's two tapes.
I love this movie.
This movie's fucking awesome, boy. That's what happened. He gets, he got that girl, yo.
They don't see him get blasted with a shotgun off his balcony.
He shot that white guy in the stomach and that other white guy in the stomach. And even though they were pretending to be Mexican guys or whatever the fuck.
Cubans.
Yeah, fucking Loja, Robert Lagagosia.
Robert Loggia, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Tony, I give you $10 million, Tony. Please, Elvira, you want Elvira?
Elvira.
You just get up, dude. That's that scene. That scene is so fucking great, just for the tension and the clock and the phone call, the way it's set up. Because the rest of that movie, again, I love it. But there's chunks of it that are brilliance.
That's the thing. Sometimes a movie gets so it's a classic. Oh, this movie's a classic.
Yeah.
There are classic movies that I'll skip through because they're not as classic to me anymore.
Right.
I've seen them so many times.
Well, Scarface to me, I don't think was ever deemed a classic. It
No,
became
it's panned.
Right, but
Yeah.
it became that cult thing where everybody
Yeah.
loves it after the fact.
Yeah.
And that's how when you watch Scarface now, there are chunks. That whole scene again where they walk in
Yeah.
because Tony's supposed to be dead, and they and he sees him, and you see the clock, and you know that he's going to be calling, and you know, hey, you want a job? Hey,
Ernie, you got a job,
Ernie,
man.
you got a job. Thanks, Tony. He fucking takes that drink and he's all sweaty. Dude, that scene from beginning to end is just brilliant.
Don't
he
ever
shoots
try
fucking
to fuck me, Tony.
Oh, dude. Shoots Gazzara in the stomach. Don't go
That's
too
not
far,
Gazzara.
Tony. No, it's Harris Yulin. I always mix those two up.
No, Ben Gazzara's Roadhouse.
Yes, he is. Oh, let's talk about that for about an hour.
Roadhouse?
Oh, good Lord, dude. When we talked a couple weeks ago when you did the Wade Garrett, the artwork.
That was, yeah.
Well, because we were, again, every week when I'll do the show, I'll call David, and doing the shows early has lent itself to us, it certainly has lent itself to better artwork.
Yeah,
Because
I have more time to.
Yeah, because it used to be I'd record the show, and with the 2 hour time difference, I'd leave Lily's sometimes at like 8 my time.
So 10 my time.
And I'd call him at 10 o'clock p.m., and the show I wanted to show up by 1, which, by the way, let me go ahead and make a public apology to you and to Lily for the years of wanting my show up in this quick turnaround time, because editing the fucking show, I learned just how long that takes.
Yeah.
Last week, it took me an hour and 20 minutes to normalize my voice. Because I had to go through individually, and you do, when it overdrives over the whatever the 0.5 or whatever the fuck we've got it set at, I would have to go in. I asked Lily, I go, can I just fucking normalize the whole show? She goes, yeah, but you were quiet a lot of the time, and you will get really super quiet. She goes, so you need to kind of go wherever it overdrove, where it was overdriven, and you have to highlight it and hit normalize in the program, and then it normalizes it. And you have to do it individually with each fucking spike.
Well, you're going to love this because now you can hear my air conditioner in the background sporadically.
Yes, we can. Well, this show, I mean, at least we're doing shows. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
what I think. I mean, all the hiccups and the background noise I have in my basement, I mean,
Well, no, that's not a problem, because I'll tell you what, even the acoustics were weird in my house last week. Because, again, I had the ceiling fan going, and I could hear it. But then at Lily's house, it's different because there's fucking, hobos in the hallway and people outside fighting and stabbing one another outside the oldest building in Hollywood. And then we come to my house in the valley, and there's Lou the racist bartender slamming his door into my ceiling fan. And now we're down here in your basement, and you can hear, flipper hand jobs and an air conditioner. So that's fine.
It's all right.
So
You were talking about Scarface.
we were. Oh, and I gave a public apology to you and Lily because, again, it
'cause
is
you
a
had to
long.
edit the
So
show.
putting the show together is a process. That I didn't realize, because I just fucking talk, and I'm like, I want it done. It's because to me, this again, when I finish talking,
Yeah.
the show's done for me. I'm like, yay, the show's done. So Lily, you do all that bullshit that you do, and hey, David, let's talk about the artwork, and then you and I will talk. Because again, not only will I call you at 10 o'clock, but then we'll talk for an hour. Because I try to tell you what the show is about, and we talk, and we try to form concepts. But dude, when we talked about that when that Wade Garrett thing came up, dude, it was organic with both of us.
It's so funny when you think it's going one way, and all of a sudden one of us will go, hey, isn't this just about you not wanting to be the theme of that show was you didn't want to have to be a bouncer anymore.
Yeah. And
So
we
we're bouncing around ideas about, using different kind of bouncers as a profession, velvet rope and bodyguards.
Getting hanged himself with the velvet rope. There was all sorts of different stuff.
And then all of a sudden it was like, you're Wade Garrett, man. You're the old bouncer that's got to go back to work again.
And we just put them in the horns and the clothes. And there you go.
Dude, I would love to have a day and a half to paint Sam Elliott.
Yeah, that was
where I would
perfect.
usually have 3 hours on a normal night, my Wednesday night, but now I have a full day and I think it's going to make for better.
Well, it totally helps.
So then this week, all I had to do was draw you in the little itty bitty guy in the corner.
But that was another idea we had, because we talked about being crushed down by life and beaten down by life, and then
The infinite.
And I said, I was like, I just feel so small. You just feel so small. And we had him like with the vast eternity of the cosmos. We had all these different things, and then we were just like, What if it was just fucking white?
He's little.
And he's tiny, man. And we were like, yeah, that was it. And dude, when I got that artwork again, I was just like, God damn it.
See, a lot of thought goes on.
Well, yeah.
People don't realize how much thought you put in.
No, I mean, they just see a picture of me on fire as a monk, and they're like, oh, okay, that
that's
fits.
cool. I guess Mike was on fire this week.
Wait, did Mike shave his head this week? What the fuck happened?
Mike's a monk.
Mike's a mess.
Not Mike. Mike's a killer.
Mike's a mess.
It's a mess.
So I just heard that dude. I listen to NHL radio in my car. Which, by the way, I have to say this. I'm sorry. There's nothing worse than off-season NHL radio.
Oh,
because it's literally like 10 dudes saying a boot. I mean, just over and fucking over. And they're trying.
Organization.
And they're talking about the Canola Generals, all these fucking minor league teams and stuff. And you're just like, oh man, I just Canola, Moose Jaw, all that shit. I don't know,
Saskatchewan.
Exactly. So but I listen because sometimes they'll talk Hawks or they'll talk about trades when there was free agents, but now they got really nothing to talk about.
No.
So last week there's this guy, and his voice is fucking fantastic, and he loves Van Halen, so I love listening to his show. He has the Power Play. I forget his name, but he has one of those really deep, those kind of voices, and he'll generate topics. He's making talk radio happen.
Yeah.
I hate when I listen to sports talk radio because you hear people making sports talk radio happen. Nothing's organic. Everybody's just like, they look down at their piece of paper. Like I just heard two dudes this morning, and they're talking about Hulk Hogan being a racist.
Yeah.
And there's two of them. So, one of them's going to take one position, one's going to take the other. And the one guy's like, yeah, Hulk Hogan's a racist and it's terrible and he should be fired. But there's all of this racism in the history of wrestling. Like, it's unbelievable. And this guy's like, yeah, but when you really think about it, and just that you hear them making it happen and it's garbage. And the worst part is this guy he's bringing up these examples. He's like, oh my God, Tito Santana, they used to call his arm, his arm was the flying burrito. And I'm in the car. I swear to God. He's like, yeah, the racism. Tito Santana, Jesse Ventura said his move was the flying burrito. And I said, 30 years ago. Yeah. And then he said that JYD had a mouthful of grits. I go, JYD has been dead for 7 years. 30 years ago this happened. You cannot conflagrate the two of them. And he keeps saying, again, I hate when people don't know the fucking facts. Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, this is apparently from a sex tape from Hulk Hogan from like 7 or 8 years ago. And he said, I guess he used the N-word a few times. And it's like, no, what the fuck he said is awful. Yeah. And it's from like 3 years ago. Yeah. And fuck you. Don't even, and because again, he's throwing that caveat. He's like, I'm not defending him and I'm not saying he's a good guy. He should have been fired. But they also had this thing where Vince McMahon once said the N-word in a sketch on Raw with an A at the end. And if you watch the sketch, if you take it in context, the whole point was he said nigga in front of Booker T. Yeah. And Booker T then looked at him like, seriously?
Yeah, it was a
and they played it off. Yeah. Like that was the whole deal. He wasn't, dude, Hulk Hogan is saying, I don't want my daughter dating fucking niggers. I mean, it's like, dude, it's fucking terrible. Yeah. So you can't excuse it. And it's, I will say this, you can say, hey, Hulk Hogan said, oh my God, effing niggers a million times. Why did I say effing niggers? Why would I shorten fucking and then say the other one? That's crazy.
Dude, you ever see Blazing Saddles on regular cable when all the bad words have to be taken out?
No.
One of the fun, we have this thing where you and I both love when bad movies have been, when there's been bad dubbing in a movie.
So great.
Like Scarface is a classic one.
That's the great, that's my favorite one.
You do yours after. I'm watching Blazing Saddles, and this is a while ago. It might have been on USA Channel. And the scene where Cleavon Little goes out for the first time to stroll the streets of Rockridge, and he sees that old lady.
Yeah.
And he goes, isn't it a lovely morning? And she goes, up here, nigger.
Yes.
USA left the word nigger in, and they got rid of up yours.
What?
I forget. Cram it. She said something different, like forget you, nigger. I mean, why would you take out?
Yeah.
It was like the curse was bad, but the slur was okay. I thought that was the funniest thing. I think they since have probably fixed it.
That's gorgeous.
But this is a while ago, and I remember thinking.
Well, I will tell you this. I don't know. In fairness, the censor on USA Network, Hulk Hogan. Yeah. So that just played right into it. Yeah. He said the up yours can't stay, brother.
Well, yeah, I've seen some pretty bad.
Well, again, Scarface is my favorite one of all time.
That's the best one
because there's that whole speech where he's telling Manolo, he's like, we've got to go ahead and do this, and he says this whole town. He goes, it's the speech that first you get the money, then you get the pussy, then you get the power. Is it that order? The money, the pussy, the power?
With us, it's different.
Well,
I don't even. I know what our priority list is. I don't know what Scarface is.
Well, I have a priority list. I'm waiting to get the others. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But he says to him, and he goes, this is when he goes, this whole town is one big pussy waiting to get fucked.
Yeah.
And then we saw it on television.
On TNT or something.
Yeah, some fucking channel. It might have been GN. It might have been WGN. And he looks at him and he goes, this whole town is one big chicken waiting to get plucked. And I just... And
that's actually better.
But you know what's funny? Literally, because again, you hear it and you just, because you're waiting for that line and he says that and you're just like, that is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense, but also it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And the guy who thought of it went, I am a genius.
Yes, the sound guy hears that and goes, oh my God.
They high-fived. They did a fucking crazy dance.
Wait, you can pluck a chicken. You pluck chicken, pluck town? Yeah,
Oh,
this will work.
This works. Done. And you know what they did? Then they sent out for fucking Cuban sandwiches. They were just like, yeah, dude, we're celebrating. They lit up a couple of Cuban cigars and they were like, yeah, perfect. Theme night.
Chicken waiting to get plucked.
So gorgeous. Yeah, man. So, God, how do we spin off into that?
I'm lost. I usually can keep a thread here, but...
I was listening to them.
You were talking about hockey. I was telling you about Dave's a mess.
Yeah,
Mike's a mess.
They interviewed the goalie.
Actor. Oh, the goalie?
Yeah. This week, because he was like, all right, what we're talking about this week is we're talking about the top 10 hockey movies or sports movies that influenced you.
Hockey movies? Because I don't know if they're 10 hockey movies.
Did you ever see Goon?
No.
You have to see it.
Is it a drama?
It's the best hockey movie since Slapshot. And not there's been a million of them, but Goon is
as good as Youngblood.
Oh my God, it crushes Youngblood. Goon is it's Stifler from American Pie. Sean William Scott, is that his name?
It's one of those.
And he's in it. And Jay Narwhal. I never remember this dude's name. He's the dude from all the Apatow movies. Jay Nargaset, or
from what movie?
Narragansett. Oh. He was in. He's in all the Judd Apatow movies, but he's the guy. He's late John Lennon in fucking in
Paul Rudd?
Knocked Up. No, not Paul Rudd, not Jonah Hill, the third dude.
Jason Segel?
Not Jason Segel, the fourth dude.
Jack Black?
Not Jack Black, the fifth dude.
Wait.
No, in Knocked Up, he's the one who hangs out with them, and he's the one growing the beard.
Oh, okay.
And he's the one who goes
the dirtiest guy contest.
Yeah, and he says, "You ever get so bored you think about your own balls?" And Jonah Hill just goes, "I bet you do, late John Lennon." Okay. And it is the greatest burn. I could not stop laughing because it was improvised. It was just so stupid it worked on so many levels for me. And so that's the guy.
So
Jay,
they're in this Goon movie.
Well, he wrote Goon.
Oh.
And then I don't know if he directed it or not, but he wrote it and he came up with it. And all it is, it's about a fucking guy who's like a bouncer who then they teach him to skate and he becomes an enforcer in minor league hockey. My friend Graham Elwood told me about it. He's like, you got to see it. It's really great because it just sounded stupid to me. I think it went right to video.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
And then I rented it. It's fucking great. It's funny and it's smart. And he plays that Jay guy's in it and he plays this fucking vicious, Massachusetts, fuck these fucking wicked assholes. Like he's like a Massachusetts idiot. And it's gorgeous. I mean, and Sean William Scott moves to a minor league town, and then he's just a fighter. That's the thing. He's this guy who can't be beaten. So they teach him to skate and basically give him a stick, and they're like, all right, get out there. And he becomes a goon. And then his family hates him, of course, because it's just brilliant on a bunch of different levels. It really worked great. So he interviews the goalie from Slapshot,
the French dude.
Yes, and he talks just like that.
You feel shame,
yeah,
and you go free.
Dude, and he talks about the lines.
Owns.
Yeah, it's so great. And he interviews that guy, and he's just this unaffected dude. He's literally just the character. He's like, I don't know if he goes to conventions or what, but they dug him up. Yeah.
For the longest time, that movie was one of those movies when it was on cable, USA or TNT, and it was edited. They took the music out of it. Yes. They didn't have the rights to the music.
Right, and the key is that
No, I have it backwards. When you saw it on
TV, it had the music.
Yes, it had the music, but no swearing. If you saw it on pay cable like HBO or Showtime, it had the swearing, unedited language, but they canned music.
And also, if you rented it, it didn't have the music.
And to me, that movie was the music. Yeah. I mean, I was 10 years old, 11 years old when that came out. And I saw it at the movies, which is tells you the kind of supervision I had as a kid. Well, my mom took me to see Slapshot at 11.
Well, your mom and dad put you in the theater, and then he had to go whack somebody. So they knew where you'd be. A while. You were their alibi.
Yeah, Tessio will pick you up in an hour.
They bought 3 tickets, and you had to hold all of them. And they went, "Hey, I was at the movies with my boy, right?
I took him to see Slapshot.
Here's all the tickets, sir."
But yeah, the Maxine Nightingale song.
Yeah,
Elton John.
exactly. So you
yeah.
would hear them, and it totally
It brings you back to your youth, and then here it is on cable. You're like, awesome, and then the music's not there. What a drag that is.
right back where we started from is that
That's
movie.
that
to me.
movie.
The second I hear it, it's that movie.
But now they've got it straight. Now if you see it on both, the
Yeah.
music's back. They must have gotten the
Which
right.
makes me happy because it means Maxine Nightingale got some money, and I think
Yeah.
we've all been rooting for her to get paid.
Yeah, she needs. Yeah.
If Maria Mulder is not going to make any money, then Maxine Nightingale should absolutely make some money.
Midnight at the Oasis. Is that her?
You know,
Mulder?
what would you do if you were there? If it was midnight at the Oasis, what's the first thing you would do?
I'd send my camel to bed.
I think it's a good plan.
Yeah.
That's what I would do too. So Chris was going to do this thing with Bree, and I've gotten to it. I guess I've covered it when he said she was doing a comedy show. So he literally this was all to get to this anecdote,
Okay.
which is nothing. So we talked back and forth, and then I went to dinner with him, and then later that week he sends me a photo of Bree Olson.
Yeah.
Because it might have even been like a day later, 2 days later. 'Cause he
It
was
is Brie
filming.
Olson, right? Because I just know that name. I don't.
It's a porn chick. I have no idea. I could check my
There's
texts.
a few Brees.
Exactly. Like I said, you're not a nun if you're a Bree.
right, okay.
You got a cock in your face if you're a Bree. It's literally on your driver's license photo. I mean, it's just your face and just
Kind
a
of looking
cock.
at the camera.
Yeah, it's just sneaking in the side.
Big wink.
Yeah, if your name is Bree, your driver's license photo has a facial. Like you just you absolutely have to have cum dripping off your eyebrow.
Oh man.
What?
I live by the DMV.
It's just us down here.
I know, but my kids are sleeping upstairs. There's something wrong about this.
Oh yeah, and they probably hear Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Uncle Mike's coming through the heat vent.
I had to warn them. I literally told them last night. I go, hey, because we're on summer break now, so they're sleeping late, and our whole schedule is off. Because before you would come here from Milwaukee, they were going to school, so they'd be out the door at 7:30. You'd show up, we'd record. Well, now they're sleeping, and I told them, I go, look, you wake up and you can't find me. I'm in the basement with Uncle Mike. If you need me, you can come down and get me. But just so you know, if you hear a bunch of yelling and stuff, Uncle Mike's here.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they
know that
you don't have to tell
already.
them
I
that.
don't
Exactly.
Oh, Uncle Mike's here again.
Why is that happening?
What did he do with my wooden dildo?
Well, like I said, I'm a little more worried about them. They're sleeping, and you just hear my voice say, "Come all over her face through the heat vent."
Come, flipper sex.
God, the world is mine. So, he sends me a picture, and it's just Bree, like she's in just clothes, but she's clearly doing a sketch.
Some improv. Maybe?
Yeah, like with 5 other people on a stage, and it just looks like honestly, you ever heard of Up with People? This is like Fuck Up with People because you can just know that they're, and again, they always put out comedy, and all their comedy is porn based because that's what they know. That's what their life is. So it's always something about, girls texting about cock or something. And it's just so unfunny and terrible and bad. And so he wound up bidding on her Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And his name got picked out of a thing, and they said, so you get to come down and be in it.
Oh.
So he's in the video, and I guess he plays like a fucking like a boss hog type of character, like a boss guy.
Yeah.
And and I don't know, they have a fight and there's a porn argument. I don't fucking know.
A porn argument.
Yeah. So he texts me a photo of just Bree and a group of people doing a sketch to just to say he's there, and he even writes this is what I was getting to, the whole point. He writes, I know I'm not supposed to be bothering you. I just thought I would send you a photo from here. And I'm like, and I wrote him, I go, dude, you're not bothering. What kind of reputation have I carved out for myself? Like I said, on Facebook, when I didn't answer anybody or do anything, and they write to you to get to me, I must have put up this weird invisible barrier between me and people, which has obviously fallen now with events of this particular week.
No, I actually think there was a time where you just didn't respond, and it kind of corresponded with year 7. I don't, you would post things, but then when people would post with them or comment on it, your presence wasn't there anymore, and I think that's kind of what happened. I felt like I had to kind of like start going, hey, that's really funny, or liking things, because I felt somebody needed to acknowledge this,
Sure.
Because your whole thing was you want to post a joke and then let it be, just like the show, man. You're done with it. There it is. You don't need to keep commenting on it. So I know that's how you were with it, but I'm thinking, man, you there's people out there that are actually commenting on things you've done and giving you kudos and stuff. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then lately it seems like, all right, I'm going to start participating more on Facebook, which is kind of cool. And I think this is a direct result of that.
Well,
I was amazed at how fast this whole fund
Well, year 8, well, when I deputized everybody and I said we're doing this, and it's, I've relaunched my life, as an entertainer, quote unquote, and I'm wanting to get back into doing it because again, I want the show to have good news. You know what I mean? I don't want to just be, I'm talking in the oldest building in Hollywood, and oh my God, this terrible thing happened again, and oh my God, this guy didn't tip me $5. I mean, fuck, dude, that's infinitely smaller than I want this show to be. I want it to be a large celebration of me and everything that I'm doing, and I want people to come along for the ride. You're saying?
I think it's a weird thing. It's a weird combination because I believe that any comedian would probably tell you, the funny comes from the tragedy. The funny comes from the bad.
Well, sure.
Obviously, nobody wants anything bad to happen to you. But as far as you thinking, just because I'm talking about, a problem I had with a guy in a restaurant, doesn't mean you're not talking about anything. You know what I mean? I think it doesn't have to be monumental news for it to be entertaining because that's the whole reason you're good at what you do. You can tell a story about something as mundane as, going to get your dry cleaning. But when you tell the story, it's way funnier than if I told the story.
Right.
That's what it's like what Seinfeld says. The show's about nothing.
Yeah.
It's okay to have something be about nothing as long as the person that's telling you it is really funny. Then it has its own that's its own appeal right there. It's built in.
Right, trying to hit the beats on it and stuff like that, and just talking and telling a story and talking about. I mean, it's when I posted in the wake of what happened. Oh, let's just talk about what happened.
Yeah, you got
yeah. So last week I was
big wheel broke, man.
I was in a car accident and I got smashed in the ass from by this chick from Texas who rear-ended me, and then I hit the girl in front of me, and it turned out.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it turned out that she had no insurance, and it has left me. I won't say it left me, but it has left me right now. Things are kind of a coin flip. Like I truly, even now, I don't know what's going to happen. I'll update you where we're at. So the last time I talked, everything had hit the fan, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Whoa, that just
How ironic! You said fan,
and the fan kicked in.
and my actual fan for the air conditioner kicked in.
So that's noise on top of noise. Look at that.
Dude, Jesus works in very mysterious ways.
So
You can't deny what just happened.
well, no, Jesus definitely came through to cool us off.
It's a miracle, and I want you to acknowledge it.
No. No, maybe God came down and waved his hand and the bullets went somewhere else, but I just, all right, so let's not do that whole scene. So I was crashed into, and then my car was kind of a paperweight, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Well, I'll update you. So I talked about that on the show last week, and then our friend Rick went on the Westside 86 Jokers page. Now, I say this because a lot of you aren't on that page, and we have more listeners than we have members on that page.
You should get on that page because it's pretty funny.
It's funny. I mean, Dave comes in and fucking puts some great stuff, and other people chime in and throw in. It's a community for people who listen to the show. It's called a fan club, but don't look at it like that. Just come in and interact with people who like what you like. That's the way it goes. And I make an appearance every once in a while. Idiot.
Awesome.
That's something to be really happy
It's like
about.
when Travolta would come back on Cotter after Bo showed up. Those were like really special episodes.
They were. You can't stop that.
Yeah.
Bo LeBeau, Stephen Shortridge.
Yeah.
So I wound up having to be. I was in a car accident and my car was ruined. And then our friend Rick posted on the Jokers page. He's like, "Hey man, there's like 800 people who are a part of this page. If we all kicked in like $25 each,
That'd be a shitload of money.
it would be a crazy, ridiculous amount. And it would help Mike, and it would help him get his car fixed. And let's affect some change for the guy who's brought us entertainment over the years. And I don't want to make it sound like you guys haven't supported. Obviously, people donate to the show monthly. People give money to the show. They buy merchandise. Thank you so much for everybody who's ever contributed a fucking dollar. Or anybody who's listened, period. Like I said, if you've listened or laughed, I'm happy. Thank you so much. I mean, obviously it would be great if you donated or wanted to subscribe to the show. That would be cool. But Rick kind of mobilized people a little bit. He's like, hey man, let's step up and let's do this and let's get people involved. And some people were kind of like, well, that sounds like a good plan. And then our friend Jamie, who again, I don't want to say her last name.
Hi.
But Jamie.
Your props, man. You said it before, didn't you? Said it before.
Did I?
Is this the same Jamie that had to go to the doctor?
Yes.
We didn't know if it was her hands or her back.
That's right. Jamie did her line. And Rick Wellbanks. What the fuck? Let's do all this. You know what? Here's what happens when you become part of the show. Holy fuck, are you part of the show?
Yeah, do you really want your name associated to the show that had flipper sex in it?
So Jamie texted me from her phone number, 818, and just give that out. And Wellbanks' number. So there was a combined tsunami where Wellbanks put it out there, and then Jamie set up a GoFundMe page for me. Now, and I will say this too, this is kind of funny. The GoFundMe page, like when I talk about the West Side 86 Jokers page,
yeah.
I'm like, anybody who listens to the show knows what that is. Anybody who doesn't, they have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
So if you went, I'm looking for the Mike Schmidt fan page,
yeah.
It wouldn't come up. You wouldn't. There's no 40-year-old boy in the title. There's no Mike Schmidt in the title. It's the West Side 86 Jokers, and I like that because you kind of have to know about the show to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, so Jamie sets up the GoFundMe page, and it's called Travis Barbecue's Wheels.
Yeah.
And it just says Mike's Murano Smash. Let's do what we can to help Mike. Well, it doesn't say Mike Schmidt. It doesn't say 40-year-old boy. It doesn't say any of that. But that attests to the relationship that I have with the listeners. Yeah. Because they don't have to put this formality behind it where they're like, Mike Schmidt of the 40-year-old boy podcast. It's just like, hey, man, Mike's fucking car got fucked up. Let's help Mike. And I love that. I love the informality of it. I love the fact that everybody just knows exactly who the fuck we're dealing with.
But do you think you get any blowback from people that are like, who don't know who you are? Like, who's your bum friend Mike?
Yes.
What does he need? What?
I don't doubt it.
You know what I mean?
The most surprising thing to me, I will tell you. So again, she puts up this GoFundMe page. In the first fucking day, we make $3,000. I mean, I'm flabbergasted by it. And I purposely don't look at it because I don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, another dollar. Because I don't even know. I have no idea what's happening. I'll just, well, fuck, I should just go into this, I guess.
I actually, if we're really going to be talking about donating money for the show, I'm in need of a Rickenbacker bass. So preferably the black one. That's my thing.
Well, you had one, and then a drunken woman from Texas stomped a hole in the center of it.
Wouldn't that be funny?
So you need to fucking replace it. Holy God. So yeah, I couldn't. So people just started giving money, man, and I don't. Maybe next week I'll do like a roll call of the people who've donated because it's still going on and people are giving money all the time, and it's really
some serious cash being.
Yeah, I mean, and look, I don't give a fuck if you're Arian and you gave me $5, or you're Dylan and you gave me $5, or you're Paul and you gave me $500, or you're everybody else is giving me, people are giving me $100 or $25. It's ridiculous. It's amazing to me. And you see the GoFundMe page, but there are some people who went ahead and bought merch. Like Alessandro bought a T-shirt, and David bought a T-shirt, and Matthew bought T-shirts and download sets, and that all is going toward the cause too. And then there are people who just kind of donated individually, Maddie and people like that who sent me money through the website, Heidi. Yeah. These people, they might not have used the GoFundMe page, but they've kicked in some money there as well. And I'm astonished by it. It's great. It's humbling. I'm grateful for it. It makes me, don't kid yourselves, it makes me feel fucking weird.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I was, I mean, I know you, and I saw the gesture for what it was, a very nice gesture, but part of me that knows you goes, this is going to be kind of awkward for him because he's going to be embarrassed by it.
Well, certainly.
Anybody would, you don't like to have to say, hey, I need this.
Yeah,
you literally need this. You don't want to be, there's pride and.
Well, I went through histrionics when it first went up. That was because I didn't know about it. Jill texted me. Nobody told me. Yeah. Jill texted me and she goes, "Have you been to Facebook?" And I was working. I said, "No, I haven't." And she said, "Honey, I go, "Why is it good?" And she goes, "It's a really great thing." I said, "Well, what is it?" And she didn't tell me. And she's like, "Make sure you check," because she was kind of dropping off. She's going to sleep.
It's a lion.
She's like, "You need to go check it. You need to go look." And then, like 15 minutes later, Jamie texted me and said, "Hey, I set up a GoFundMe page for you. I just want you to know." And people are giving money. The only reason Jamie let me know is because I have to go in and authorize it. If I don't go in, because she named me as the sole beneficiary of the funds, so I have to go. I have to go in and tell them that I'm the one who gets the money. Yeah. Otherwise, GoFundMe, I don't know if they fucking take it or it dissipates or whatever the fuck. But you have to do that in order to keep the campaign alive. So I had to go in and I said I had 72 hours to do it. So I tried to do it later that night when I got home. But
and that's when you bought the tickets to the Concord to get you to Milwaukee.
Of course.
Yeah.
I said, what's in there now? Send it immediately.
I need a top hat.
Yeah. I actually told GoFundMe, I go, you know what? I don't need the money, but can you withdraw it and just set a fire and send me a photo? Just go ahead and make a money bonfire and text me the photo, because that's what I always wanted to do with that kind of cash.
Sending a message.
So you guys unbelievably have responded, continue to respond and send money. And so there's some things I want to tell you about what's coming up, and some things I have to tell you about this week a little bit, because this week's going to get a little awkward, maybe. I think a lot of you will understand, but some of you also, I guarantee there's one person out there who's going to be like, who the fuck is this idiot? But
Yeah.
but also I want to deviate a little second. When you just said, who's your bum friend Mike?
Yeah.
I don't doubt that there are people out there, because here's the thing that was amazing to me. Not only do people give money to the
Yeah.
GoFundMe page, not only people write me personally, but people shared the page on their pages.
That's, yeah.
And I think there was there might be like 100 shares. I know for a fact our friend Andrew tweeted it, Andrew Bennett.
Yeah.
And he's got like fucking almost 6,000 Twitter followers. So he tweeted that out to people. And then another person who had 6,000 followers retweeted it. But people are posting it on their Facebook page, sharing it. And like you just said, I'm sure people are just like, who the fuck is this dude, and why do I even care?
Why
and
does he need... I
and
got
also,
in a car crash too. I don't...
yeah, that's the thing, is there's so many GoFundMes out there. There's GoFundMes for weddings. There's GoFundMes for cancer. There's GoFundMes for their dog died. There's GoFundMes. There are people who are just like, hey man, my electric got turned out. Can you help me? You know, and I get that.
Wow.
And I didn't start the page. And so I went through, once I got told that it was going on,
Yeah.
I wanted to acknowledge it, and it's fucking amazing. So I wrote something on the
Yeah, I
Joker's
saw that.
page, but also I was like, should I put this on my personal page? Like, does that make
Yeah,
sense?
does it make it look like you're like...
In a cash grab?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be that guy who's also like, feed me. You know, I didn't want to be a cunt about it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to acknowledge and honor the fact that it was ongoing, that other people had set it up for me. And I thought that was neat. So I did. I went ahead and put it on my Facebook page, and I tried to write a nice thing about it and make sure that I shared it. But I didn't tweet it, and I'm not every day posting, oh my God, this is the GoFundMe, you got to take care of it. I mean, it's really neat that people are giving me money and trying to help out with the car. But I also I don't ever want to look like I'm taking advantage and going, oh yeah, it's about time. You know, I mean, because that's fucked. I mean, it's a gesture from people, and it's nice for them to go ahead and step up.
Which led me to ask you, I gave you a question before we started recording. I
Yes.
said, hey, I'm a little concerned here. I go, I'm just playing... I've always played devil's advocate. Even before I was with the show, when you first started, you had asked me. You said, "Dude, I want you to listen to this podcast." I know what a podcast was. I never listened to you. I didn't even know about Jimmy Pardo or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But you said, "I want you to listen to this stuff and be my feedback." You know, so I've always listened to the show, trying to be like this outside person, trying to hear it. You know, like how other people hear it. And offer suggestions if I could, or say, hey man, you might want to do this, you might not want to do that. I've always hated hearing people like criticize the show or criticize you. And when your podcast first started, and go to iTunes, and people would just write obnoxious stuff on there reviewing the podcast. I'm like, how do you put up with this? So I've been really like kind of almost in a bodyguard type role where I'm like, yeah, quit saying shit about this. You don't know anything. You don't know anything.
Yeah.
So
People don't know the real.
Yes.
I let them know what I want to let them know.
So my concern this week was that all the problems you had with your car and everything, and then the GoFundMe page goes up, and everybody contributed, and it's great. And then the next time they hear your voice, you obviously flew somewhere on an airplane. And I'm like, you need to tell him what's going on, because it would be very easy to sit back and go, why am I giving this guy $50 and he's flying around the country on airplanes and going to shows and, you know, ball games and barbecues, and you know what I mean? And I was like, you might want to let him know what's going. Not that your true fans won't.
Well, when I got here this
understand.
morning, I sat at the kitchen table.
Yeah.
And it was fucking 6:45 or whatever. And
which is also why I just say a lot of really dumb shit in the morning.
well, I texted you and I said, "Hey, long shot, are you up?" Because remember, I thought I'd get her like 8 or 9.
I'm up now.
Yeah, done. And so I grabbed him his tanker of coffee, and I got I brought fucking blueberry bagel, and I came and we sat at the table, and he says to me, he goes, "Hey, I got to ask you something." He goes, it's a devil's advocate thing. You're flying here this week, and I knew exactly what he was going to say, because I had this conversation with Lily the day the page went up and people started to fund it. And then I had the conversation with Jill when I flew to town. And both of them had the same concerns that you had.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. I apologize. Jill had the same concerns you have. Lily did not. Lily just believes in the kindness of strangers, and she's like, no, fuck that. Everybody knows, and if anybody gives you any bullshit about it, just tell them to fuck off. Like, and because Lily's very much aggressive and like, that's. But in reality, because no matter what, someone's going to be concerned and someone's going to be upset because
somebody's not going to give you money if they think you're a jerk.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So it kind of weeds itself out anyway.
Yeah, the fact that people are stepping up is indicated. Like Eric Butterfield texted me. And he was like, "What's the deal with the car?" And I told him, and I said I wasn't sure what was happening, and then we talked about his family a little bit because I haven't seen Eric in a while. And then I texted him and I said, "Hey, I appreciate you giving to the page. You did not have to do that." And he just wrote, "I'm just paying for back content."
Yeah.
And there are so many people who have stepped up and said that. They're like, dude, I've had people who said, hey, I've listened to you for 8 years. I've never given you a dime. And it all of a sudden it dawns on me that maybe I fucking should have.
Hey, man.
Which is nice. It's a nice attitude.
Dime?
And I'm not that guy. I'm not fucking Khrushcheving a shoe on a podium and going, where the fuck is my dough? But at the same time, it's nice that people acknowledge it in that fashion. And that's why I also like when people buy merch and stuff. So they're getting something for the money that they gave too, which is really neat.
Yeah.
But also I like the Harry Bailey, George Bailey aspect of it. What do we got? Did you say?
About 9 minutes.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
All right, we got some fucking shit to talk about then.
Yeah.
So let me cover this really quickly. Here's my car situation. Well, we were talking about the GoFundMe, and I wanted to talk about it. Well, I'll get to that in a second. So I don't know. I will tell you right now, I have no answers. I will tell you this, though. It is 90% that my car is finished.
Right.
I don't think there are repairs on the horizon because I went to the auto parts shop and or the auto body where the guy has it, and the adjuster he still for 3 days hadn't come there because again, remember I got prisoner insurance. It's just fucking one phone call a day. And the adjuster said, hey, I might make it out there today, but I'll definitely be there tomorrow. That was last Wednesday. Well, by Friday, he still hadn't fucking shown up. So here it is. We're recording this on Monday this week. So I have no real information. I'll know a lot more next week. But in talking to Dave, the guy who does my car, he brought me over. He goes, hey, have you seen any of the damage? And I go, well, I see the bumper hanging off and I see that the front, it got fucking Jerry Coonied. And he's like, well, here, take a look at this. So he opens the hood and he goes, now look in here. You see that bar? I guess there's a bar in the front of your car that's basically the frame of your car. Yeah. And he showed me it's bent in and it has pierced the air conditioning unit and the radiator. So the radiator is empty. He told me, because the reason your car was on overheating, he goes, you have nothing in your car. You tried to drive it, there was nothing in the radiator and everything. He goes, just there's very little coolant.
Punctured lung, man.
Basically. So he said, he looks at me and he goes, dude, to fix this, it would probably be like $9,000. He goes, I'm going to tell you right now, as your guy, you can't fix this. He goes, whatever he comes and he looks at, and then I explained, and then Dave was telling me all this, not knowing my situation. Yeah. I go, all right, Dave, well, let's talk about this. And I told him about the non-collision, and I told him I had $3,500 for this, and he just looked at me and he goes, and he's Australian, and he just goes, oh, I'm sorry, mate. He goes, I don't know what to tell you. He goes, they're probably going to give you a small amount, and then whatever they owe you, and then he goes, you can either tell them to get the car and they pay it for scrap, or you can go ahead and buy it back for a small amount, but I'm telling you right now, it is not worth what you're going to pay to fix it.
So you got to get a new car.
I need a new car.
Well, that's something, yeah.
Which is, so it's not, and Jamie changed the GoFundMe. Like, you can make the GoFundMe for whatever amount. And if it would have hit 5,000, you can keep giving. It's that thing. It doesn't top out at that. And then she actually extended the amount because I told Jamie. She texted me. She's like, "What's up? What's the status on the car?" And I said, "It's dead." I mean, I don't. I'm 90% sure. Like I said, I don't have official word yet, but I guarantee it's pretty much finished. And I told Eric the same thing. So right now, I on Monday, I have no answers for you. My car is sitting in a parking lot, still waiting for the adjuster to come by with an Australian guy blowing a didgeridoo and trying to send me a fucking smoke signal when it happens.
Make you ride a dingo.
Yeah, exactly. So once I know, then I'll let you guys know. I'll probably be more next week. But let's talk about this really quick. The thing that David was concerned with, and the thing that Jill was concerned with, and the thing Lily was like, fuck everybody, was with this week. If you're my friend on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever, you're going to see me posting some cool photos from exotic places. Because this week is my birthday week, and you're hearing this the day after my birthday. So you're hearing it on Thursday, but I'm recording it on Monday. Jill, I talked about this on the show maybe 2 months ago.
Did.
2 months ago, she gave me a birthday surprise. And what it is I basically came to town Saturday night. And then she and I had Sunday yesterday. And then today, Monday, we're spending the night in a hotel tonight in Chicago. Tomorrow, we fly to Pittsburgh. I'm seeing Van Halen tomorrow night in Pittsburgh. And then Wednesday's my birthday. We have all these different plans. Right now, I don't want to go into everything blow by blow, but the point is there will be pictures of me from like restaurants and ball games and concerts. And I don't want any of you to think that I have purported your funds and used them in such an odd way so quickly.
It wasn't that I was implying that you were going to embezzle the funds.
Well, but I want people to know that because I felt the same thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh man,
you know, because I when it first happened, and people started to fund money. My first thought went to, holy fuck, what's it going to look like next week when I'm at Van Halen in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Like I flew from LA to Pittsburgh. It just, if people don't remember me talking a couple of weeks ago that this was already in the bag.
This was already
and
in the bag.
Yeah.
It was already paid for.
And I don't want everybody to think, they gave me the GoFundMe so I could go to the Orioles game on Wednesday. The money started coming in and I go, fuck, I can finally go to Camden Yards with Jill. That fucking didn't happen.
That 10-gallon hat I've always wanted.
Look at that spinner.
And Rhode Island Slut. I love that.
Oh, dude.
Periodical.
So yeah, I don't want you guys thinking, and so I've touched none of the money. My point is the money is going to all go toward a new car. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen because that was another thing. This happened at the most inopportune time.
Well, when you say you don't know what's going to happen, isn't it kind of clear that...
Well, it's a fait accompli that I need a new car.
It's a what?
Fait accompli. But I need a new car. But what I'm saying is this week, even though it's birthday week and we're going to go and have a lot of fun, I still need to try to figure out what the fuck is going to happen. Like when I get back to town on August 3rd, because I'm in Pittsburgh this week too. Let's talk about that really quick. Remember I'm at the Maker Theater in Pittsburgh this Saturday, 8:00. Tickets are available at 40yobsteelcity.com. And you can walk up and buy tickets too. It'll be a show sparsely attended right now, but that's okay. We'll have fun and we'll try to do the best we can. So I'm in Pittsburgh this week. So go ahead and pick up tickets and come to the show. But, what was I saying? Why did I get distracted? I was just saying something. Oh, that I need a new car.
That you're vague about. I don't know what's happening.
Well, here's what, because I don't get home until August 3rd. Okay, I get home Monday, August 3rd next week, and then I'm supposed to work at the barbecue joint on the 5th or the 6th, and I have no car. When I get to town, I have no car. Whatever the money comes in from the GoFundMe, I have to go buy a car. Yeah. So that's happening. It's just when I say I don't know what's going to happen, I mean, literally, I'm going to get off the plane and hopefully I haven't contacted our friend Erica just yet, but hopefully she can pick me up at the airport and then I'll go home and I won't have a vehicle. I'm going to have to go looking. I just happen to I record next Tuesday, so I'll record a show.
Yeah.
And Lily, I'm sure, will come to my house. But then I need to go buy a fucking car. Like I need to go out Tuesday or Wednesday and get a car. I'm supposed to work a shift on Thursday. I have no fucking clue what's happening. But I don't want to buy a car in 2 days. I need to go and I need to look. And I also need to know what's going to be coming in from the GoFundMe and figure it all out. But all of those funds are going toward a car. Yeah. Like, because again, I have to purchase.
Yeah, you got to buy a car.
A car. It's not like I'm getting anything repaired. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
Anything that comes in for the GoFundMe, I shouldn't say that. Right now, it's all earmarked for a car. If I find a cool ass car for a certain amount, and then I can do it, and then I can use money for something else, which I want, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, when the 10-gallon hat and the spinner.
Of course. Well, look, I'm hoping to buy. Well, maybe just buy a horse. Fuck a car.
No, I think you get a saddle for the lion.
Oh, dude, I didn't even go into that lion. Yeah. He's up in Milwaukee. There's a fucking.
You got to feed that thing. That's got to be a lot of money.
Nah, it'll find a wayward kid at a playground and all that kind of bullshit because it's wild. It's running around wild.
Feral.
Milwaukee midget.
Milwaukee midget.
Just fucking. There's a lion. He's snacking on Milwaukee midgets. I like it. Or you get that midget powder. You just mix up an instant one and you throw them and fucking to them. Where are we at time wise?
1 minute.
1 minute?
Yeah, man.
Holy fuck! All right, guys, go to the fan club page. Dude, man, why did you fucking do that to me? Can we do another disc?
We can do whatever you want. If we do another disc, the show will be 8 hours long.
Well, if we do another disc, do we have to fill that whole disc?
No, you can stop and no.
Yeah, because I got to do. I have to do plugs and stuff.
That's fine. You can do your plugs on another disc.
All right, all right, new disc.
I knew eventually we'd have to go to a third disc. It's only a matter of time.
You're listening to the 40-Year-Old Boy, and later, Ass or Cave. 20 questions, tight quarters.
So, are you in there good and tight?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Most importantly, what does it smell like in there?
Remember when your mom burned that pot roast?
Okay. Have you built a fire yet?
No, not yet.
All right. And how did we get in today?
This time I was dropped in. I swung in on a rope.
Okay. Wow.
You know what? There's a femur bone in here.
Really? Did you spelunk in there?
Think she'll let me?
Cave. Two guys who aren't afraid to get dirty. Ass or Cave on the Mike Schmidt Podcasting Network.
Dude, I'm not alone in here.
All right, I'm feeling more relaxed now. Wait, is it more reverb? Dude,
Every time I change the disc, I have to remember to set the reverb back down.
we should just talk and fucking talk and switch the disc like 6 times, and
Yeah.
just all that fucking weird reverb breaks.
Yeah, this will be like the signature sound of the show. You always know when we switch disc when there's reverb that doesn't belong on here.
This reverb sound, you know what it reminds me of? The fucking, you ever see the racist singer who haunted Conan's studio? No. Oh, Brian Stack. Brian Stack, who I talk about on Schmidt Alive 2. Can you turn this off now? Is there a way to fix this? I apologize. I can't imagine that's good for the listener at all. All right, there we go.
It is, man.
No, it clearly is not. Brian Stack, who is a fucking genius. He was a writer on Conan. He's going to be on, now he's a writer on Colbert's Late Show, which I cannot wait for. It will bring me back to watching late night television shows instead of Perry Mason. Brian Stack would do Randy Kendall, and he was a ghost of a singer who actually sang in the studio back in the in the 30s or whatever. So he'd just be he was just like, hey man, I'm heading out right now with my wife and we're hoping no Mexicans show up. You know what I mean? Like he would sing these horribly racist songs and Conan would be like, that's awful. It's so great, skibbity boop boop boo, like that kind of singing.
Yeah.
But
Like old crooner style?
Yeah, Artie Kendall, that's the name of it. Artie Kendall, racist crooner. And he would fucking appear as a ghost, and he would just, you got to find it. Go look it up on YouTube. Artie Kendall is the fucking, everything Brian Stick. Was that a, dude?
That is, again, pipe talk.
Right.
That's the bathroom from upstairs. One of the kids is probably up.
The children are awake.
Yes.
They heard Uncle Mike talking, and they needed a shower when they heard what he was talking about, so they went ahead and got all cleaned up.
Dad, I had a dream that there was this guy with a flipper. All right.
Dad, did you say that there's a dildo on the deck?
I forgot to check that out when I went upstairs.
I'm going to take a photo of it. I think I may
right,
actually put it up on the Joker's page. Because again, as we said, I need to start participating, folks.
Yeah, it's nice.
It seems nice since everyone is participating with me and donating money, which is very nice of them. So I'm more relaxed. I don't have to rush everything because I can tell you more things.
Yeah. The previous times we've recorded, we've been done in with 2 discs. I have 49 minutes per disc.
We did that on purpose.
Yeah.
We would try to hit the post on the 2 discs and call it that. But today I just got ahead of myself and we started yammering and I got away.
You had a point. That was the problem. You had a point.
I had a point?
You had a point to make, and to get to that point, it took a little while.
Well,
and then got to the end, and you realized you didn't get a chance to make your point.
Listen, like most professional speakers who come and have an agenda, I was distracted by flipper hand jobs. So that happens a lot. When you see a TED Talk, you'll see a guy on a TED Talk, and he's like, hey, here's how to handle your taxes. By the way, you ever see that chick with the flippers and think about the hand job she gave? Boom! That works out perfectly. Everybody's on board. All of a sudden, you're at SeaWorld together. So I got a little spinny, and I went the other way. So let's talk a little bit more about the car. Like I said, the car is dead, in my opinion. I don't have official word from the adjuster, but my guy, my Australian guy, Crocodile Goodwrench, he said that there is no way it's going to be, it's not good. It's not happening. And I'm like, all right, man, well, I get that. So I have to buy a car. And now I got to find a car. And that's going to be a process. And I will take all of you with me on that process.
Why don't you buy a motorcycle?
Wow.
You could throw ribs on the back.
You know who would? Jill would actually love that. That's her deal. Like she's a motorcycle person who likes them. Like she's so cute because she will do this. I'll go, look, I know you want some dude with a fucking motorcycle and an orange vest or whatever. And she's like, honey, I love you.
Orange vest?
She's in Wisconsin. All those idiots in a duck blind.
Oh.
So I always tease her about that. And she'll be like, honey, I love you. You're who I want. And I'm like, well, I'm not looking for that reassurance. I'm teasing you.
You're the one that I want.
Who?
Honey.
So she says, she'd be like, oh, honey, don't worry about it. I go, no, I know you want a motorcycle, dude. We were actually at Summerfest last year, and I sat on a motorcycle with her. Mm-hmm. And then we had the guy take a photo of it. I actually put that up on Facebook.
That sounds like something.
And I said, I had him take the training wheels off. And I'm sure all of her friends are like, douchebag.
Look at the way he sits on that bike.
So stupid.
What an idiot.
Yeah, I can't believe it. But so I tease her about it all the time. I'm like, you want a motorcycle guy? She's like, come on, honey, I do not. I want you. And then a motorcycle guy will drive by and she'd be like, the Harleys are out. And I'm just like, oh. That's her thing. She loves it. So she would love that if I was to buy a motorcycle. I just can't. That can't happen, right? Not me.
Well, you could just take the
No,
money.
because you know why? If I bought a fucking motorcycle and drove it around, it'd be a week before I got Fabioed by a goose.
Yeah, you'd end up evil Knievel
I'd get Fabioed by a goose. Like literally, I'd just be driving around and
flying
boom,
about 6 feet high across the street.
just fucking taken out, man, just like Fabio style. It'll be terrible.
Big bloody nose.
Yeah, so you don't want that. That's why I'm the wrong guy to put on a motorcycle. Although I've driven one and I loved it. Like when I drove it.
Well, the thing is the way luck's been going with you.
Yes.
Your intention would be to get the motorcycle, but you'd end up getting a scooter, and then using the rest of the money to buy the 10-gallon hat and the pinwheel.
See, I'm not dumb or dumber. I don't know why you would even say these things. I'm not that guy. I'm not a wasteful guy.
It's coming off.
So I'm going to buy something. I figure I'll take everybody through the process with me, and we'll figure it out. Because in my head now, like Jill was like, "What are you going to get? What kind of car are you going to buy?" And I said, because I loved my Murano. I did. I dug it very much. But gas wise, especially now, because dude, in California, gas is $4.49 a gallon.
Now let me ask you this:
Yes.
Will you feel any sort of pressure now that you use the money to buy a car? Are you going to feel a need to buy a sensible, like now that you know that it's somebody else's money? You know what I mean? You're not going to go out. You know what I always wanted? I always wanted a Mustang. you know what I mean? I mean, you got to kind of like, all right, I'll get a Ford Focus.
I do feel a little beholden to people. I won't lie, but at the same time, I'm also trying to make a prudent decision for my life.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know, I can't. You know, I would love to. Honestly, I would love to get another Murano. Like, I mean, I really dug it. I loved it. And again, when I bought my Murano, dude, I think it had 13 miles on it. And it was, you know, it was fucking navigation system and satellite radio and leather and all of that. And so it was really tricked out top of the line deal. And so I got it and I loved it and that was great. But that was, you know, in 2006.
Yeah.
Well,
the year of the fat cat.
Well, and I was writing like a motherfucker. I was making money, you know, but now, fuck, dude.
The year of the fat cat.
Oh, that's by our friend, Pal Stewart.
Al Stewart.
I can't.
What are you talking about?
Can you do an Al Stewart? I'm trying to remember the
It's like
words.
if Paul Lynde could sing. In the morning from a Bogart movie.
Oh, Lord.
In a country where they turn back time.
Oh, oh man.
Oh, the best one is when the follow-up to Year of the Cat, wasn't it? Time Passages?
Time Passages. Yeah.
Sounds like steam
It's
escaping.
very sibilant. So I kind of, in my head, like I was saying to Jill, I don't know. That's why I keep saying I don't know what's going to happen, because I don't know what I'm going to buy. I will say this. I'm going to look immediately. The first thing I'm going to look at are Nissan Altima hybrids and Priuses.
Yugos?
I don't think I will be looking at a Yugo. I do not think so. I may get, you know what, if there's anything left over from the GoFundMe after I buy the first car, maybe I get a Yugo as a backup.
Put it in the trunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, you know, so if anything happens, you just pull it out and drive off. It's like a spare.
Spare car.
So I don't know. I'm going to look at hybrids and shit just because gas. Because, dude, again, the planet is ending, and for the coming water wars, I want to have something that I can run on either gas or electric, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, when the Satanists battle the Christians.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's happening.
You want to make sure you got a good vehicle for that.
There was a dude on Facebook. It's funny you would mention that because we have a friend. I don't want to say his name, but he always puts out these. Oh fuck it, our friend Eric. Eric puts out these things where he just fosters discussion, and it'll be something like, "Dudes, who like soup?"
That's not an exaggeration.
I'm not even joking. And he'll get
Soup
80
wars.
responses. Soup wars.
Chicken noodle versus
Clam chowder.
Chicken.
Yeah. And he'll get 80 responses. And it's just a fun way to use Facebook. In my opinion, it gets people talking, it fosters discussion, and it keeps him kind of in contact with his friends.
And he doesn't have an agenda. He's not setting you up so he can blast you with his opinion.
Yeah,
honestly, the last one he had was like, who do you think the best actor is of all time?
Yeah.
And everybody...
Because everybody else has a trap. It's like literally, it's a bear trap with a bowl of clam chowder in the middle of it, waiting for you to step in. They go, "Fuck you, chicken noodle." Or it's like a box with a stick, and underneath it is the best actor of all time. And you go, Robert De Niro, and he goes, "Ah, fuck off, Dustin Hoffman."
It's Al Pacino.
No. Yeah, he's not trying to be that guy. Okay. He genuinely wants to ask people and figure out what they're going to do. So... But the problem
Usually.
is, well, no, but he does.
His
that's
intentions
the thing.
are great.
But then it gets fucking completely sidetracked by every loon bag out there who's on fucking Facebook with the dumbest things in the world. I have to say this one. He wrote about Donald Trump. He put a thing about Donald Trump. He's like, "Hey, is Donald Trump a viable candidate for office? What do you think?"
Yeah, he doesn't say, "I think this."
Nope.
He just says the question.
He just wants to see what people think. He just throws it out there for people. So the discussion starts. discussion is a kind word.
It's kind of mostly just yelling.
Because also the problem is, if it was just with Eric and cool people, that'd be fine. But then all these shitbags find their way in, and there's like, Donald Trump is going to run this country, and it's going to be awesome. And you're like, oh, dude. And then look, I understand that that's your opinion, but then they start calling names, and I'll tell you what, it's better than Obama, and all that nonsense where you're just like, oh, dude, you're
speaking
terrible.
in memes.
But here's the best dude. This dude comes in. I won't say his name. But he's like, well, whoever gets in better start taking a look at this national debt, because that's the thing that has me more worried than anything. It's a viable point. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Okay.
And then someone says, yeah, the debt has me really kind of running scared. I don't think this administration has really addressed it. He's like, and he says, I'm not sure any administration has addressed it. It just seems like our debt continues to grow no matter what. And I wanted to go, do you own a house? Do you know? I mean, you have to pay bills. I mean, quit pretending like there's no, it's a hard thing to budget a country, I would imagine, so that you don't go into debt, but that's fine. So, and then another person comes in and says and then his third response is, the debt is the largest problem facing this country. That and the unending holocaust of the unborn.
Is it a band?
I know. And I laughed out loud. I went, ha ha! Like, of course, your true colors have arrived, your mask is off, your candle is lit, and your robe is on, and your bullshit is coming to the forefront. Because you were cogent when you were talking about the debt, because the debt is tangible. But you give me your nonsense battle of the unborn bullshit, the war on the unborn. I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he says, Satan's had his hands around the throat of this country, and I don't think he's ever going to turn it loose. I'm like, oh, yeah! I hope not. Dude, I want my death certificate to say choked to death by Satan. That's exactly what I want. Dude, if Satan does it, if he arrives, I want him to choke me to death. Seriously, I will line the fuck up and say, take me out, Beelzebub. Throat, hands, do it. Right now, choke me the fuck out.
See, I want my demon devil to be a lot more violent than just a choke out. You lose consciousness, you die. That's not painful.
Well, you want him to really rake you over the coals?
Well, yeah, if Satan's gonna kill you, he's not gonna kill you with like a rear naked choke.
But he then and then he spun off and he kept posting about it and he kept posting about it, and then people came in to agree with him, and they're just like, yeah, man, I can't be this administration is selling body parts and all this other, I don't know, a bunch of bullshit. I don't know if it's true or not true.
The Planned Parenthood.
They always find stuff, and then this one guy wrote, prisoners in this country have more rights than the unborn. Oh. Yes! Yes, they do. Do you know why? Because they're fucking breathing, man! Quit giving me nonsense about the unborn. I don't want to hear about the rights of the unborn. You know what? You know what the unborn is right now? It's fucking gazpacho. That's all it is. That's not a person. Dude, that's a Bloody Mary without a glass. That's all it is.
It's a cold Spanish soup.
Exactly. Don't fucking tell me about the right. Oh my God, the rights of the unborn. The unborn is a grease spot. That's all it is. It's fucking taking up space in a belly. It's nothing yet. Oh, crap. I don't know. I'm sorry. And hey, you know what? Believe what you want. And I'll tell you what,
exactly.
I don't care. That's fine. But just when you use that as your ridiculous argument, it just drives me fucking crazy.
See, whenever I see one of those questions, I usually steer clear.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, unless it's something I can really be funny at. Then I'll
then I jump in.
Well, you ever stop a thread? I mean, I stopped a thread cold.
Really?
It was right after the Hawks won the Stanley Cup. And these are guys that come from our neck of the woods, Bolingbrook. I'm not really friends with them. I guess we went to school together. I never really hung out with these guys, but they're all kind of jackasses.
Yeah.
And I'm used to that. Fine. I'm not friends with them, but we all have this friend Eric in common. And he was out of town, or he was on business or something. He didn't really know, he knew the Hawks won, and he asked a legitimate question. He goes, how's the celebration going in Chicago with the Hawks winning? I hope everything stayed under control. And this guy we went to school with posts something like, there's a bunch of posts going, it's, Hawks rule. And this guy we went to school with posts, everything's fine because hockey doesn't have your typical looter types.
No.
Looter types. Looter was in quotations. Doesn't have any looter types.
Yeah.
And I sat there, and I don't like to do that. Fighting on the internet is stupid. But I just typed in, I go, what exactly is a looter type? I'm curious. And it stopped. Nobody ever followed up. Nobody ever clicked like. Nobody ever acknowledged it.
Finished.
It just stopped because I was thinking, didn't the Colorado Avalanche win it a couple years ago, and their fans went ape shit, and that's.
The Vancouver Canucks lost, and they went ape shit, and they tore their town apart.
But I just like the quotation, looter types. What are looter types exactly?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever there's that bullshit thug or any of that code bullshit, you're just like, dude, I need Hulk Hogan to come in here and tell me the straight talk. That's what I need.
Hey, brother.
Your looter nonsense. I love the idea that you came in and you turned the lights off on the internet.
Yeah.
Like literally, you just put everybody to bed.
I Randy Watson the whole place. Dropped the mic and left.
Just fucking pointed and walked off. Stage
Randy
left.
Watson.
Yeah, so I don't get it. And I love reading what Eric. I hate read them basically because he'll wind up those idiots just mosey in, and it's funny because there are people who are like, oh, I fear for the future of this country because the youth and dude, I fear more for it because of the entrenched fear and hatred of the older generation who refuses to budge on their myths and their stories. It just drives me crazy.
Well, the thing I hate is that, I'm sure at some point I've alienated a friend that I might have had when I was a kid that I connected with on Facebook. Because I've posted a lot of really sarcastic, mean shit about religion. Because it's funny to me to make fun of that. I like the fact that you're not allowed to make fun of that for some reason. Why is that subject taboo? I don't get it. You should be able to poke fun at anything. If you see some funny thing, something that's hypocritical, regardless of what it is, politics, religion, you should be able to point it out. But the thing that really bothers me is that they don't know what my wall looks like. It's all response. I'm responding to the ridiculous memes that come up on my page every day from people that I know.
Yeah.
Talking about the stupidest stuff. Like there's one girl we went to high school with who every day, at least twice a day, posts something about God will change your life and you will
Oh, we talked
earn
about
a
that
fortune.
earlier.
Yeah, you will earn a fortune or money will come your way if you just share
Yeah.
and repost.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. So
That's like
people
a
do
chain
that.
letter, right? It's like,
Pretty much.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, that stuff used to be. That's what it used to be. Was a channeler would come to your house and you had to send 10 copies of
I
this.
don't. It's fine if you believe that God is controlling your finances, but why do you need to put that in other people's faces? I don't. First of all, I don't know how a person of faith could look at that and go, "Wow, that's cool. I agree." I'd be more offended at that if I was a person of faith. I go,
Well, to think that Jesus would be like the lottery guy, he's just passing out dough. Are you telling me I need a GodFundMe page?
GodFundMe?
It sounds like you need a GodFundMe
Yeah.
page. If he's taking care of business, he's giving people all this dough.
Yeah.
Good for them.
They should see how much money you get. Just ask God for money.
Well, I've got a feeling that the thing I said 5 minutes ago is going to keep people from donating to that page.
Pretty much.
And I'll say this too. I literally in my head I just thought, I'm basically relying on the kindness of strangers.
Yeah.
And I talked about how they've shared this. Other strangers have shared this to like 100 other pages. And what if people go, well, I'm going to tune in this guy and hear what he's all about.
Then Satan choked a baby.
And yeah, this whole show's flipper hand jobs like a gazpacho.
This guy wants to put his wiener in his hand that's got googly eyes on it.
Dude. So yeah, so those people are gonna be like, I think he can walk. This dude can walk.
What about a bike?
What's a Wildo?
You can get a kick-ass 10-speed for $3,000.
I don't want a 10-speed. I would want. I just want like a BMX, but I got to get a bigger seat. You know what I need? I need a fucking.
Seat.
I want like a BMX bike
From the 70s?
But with a recliner, like that kind of like a chair on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not a recumbent where I'm leaning back like a dumb fuck. But I want it to be.
That's stupid.
Oh, that's fucking ridiculous. But if you had like a recliner chair, like a lazy boy, but it had pedals, holy fuck, would that be the greatest? Just fucking riding around in a lazy boy, I would
I've
totally
seen
do
guys
that.
in that bike that you pedal that's real low to the ground. You're almost completely horizontal with the ground, and you're almost doing like these scissor.
That's a recumbent bike.
Is that what that's
a
called?
recumbent bicycle? Yes, that's where you're laying down basically and you're pedaling.
Recumbent?
Yes, sir.
I'm
And that's what I'm
learning
saying.
a lot
I
of
don't
shit.
want that because it looks fucking stupid. They're all over the beach by where I live.
I see.
But dude, if you had a lazy boy recliner with pedals, holy fuck, would that be the greatest? And then you just pull over to the curb and you kick it back and go to sleep. Dude, that's fucking awesome. I would love that.
You don't want to be caught sleeping in your recumbent bike.
my lazy boy, my lazy bike.
That's what happened to Michael Jordan's dad.
Let's call it a lazy bike.
Lazy bike.
Just market it out with that. It's like lazy boy with pedals. God damn, that's perfect, dude. Oh, dude, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what I plan on doing. I need to get Don Kirshner to cast me in a band with 3 other dudes, and they can push me around in a bed all over the street.
Will you be the guy with the hat?
That's what I need to do. See, that's the plan.
Which monkey are you? I think that's on Facebook, isn't it?
Which monkey are you?
Yeah.
If it's not, it should be.
Yeah.
And just put it out there.
I got Davey.
I would want Mickey. That's who I would absolutely want.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying I would love Mickey, but I'd end up getting somebody like Davey.
Why
As
would
long
you
as I'm
want
not
Davey?
Peter.
All the monkeys. Yeah, nobody. That's the thing. Is if you're Mike, Davey, or Mickey, you're fine.
You're
You're
all
the
right.
you're the brooding
Yeah.
genius. You're the outgoing clown, or you're the cute one. Nobody wants the guy who got raped in prison.
And nobody wants the guy who plays a banjo.
Yeah, fuck that. Nobody wants a guy named Torque without a Q. If you're gonna name me Torque, put a Q in there. God damn it.
Torque.
Yeah, I want to be named Torque, like actual Torque, like Torquemada. But don't fucking call me Peter Torque. Fuck that. Terrible. Yeah, but I don't
Which
want to.
monkey are you?
Yeah, I'm not the hippie monkey who got raped in prison. I'm not him.
Wait, are you saying he got raped in prison?
I maintain that Peter Torque was raped in prison.
Why?
Because Peter Torque was sent to jail for like a weed charge,
Yeah.
and he was sent to some like fucking rural Texas jail. This is when he was a hippie in like I think it was the early 70s or whatever. It was like I think it was after the show or something, and he came out like changed. Like he had this terrible. Like you can read about it. And he had this horrible. I don't know if something bad happened to him in that jail. That's my guess.
You automatically assumed he was raped.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Well, he was either beaten up by a bunch of dudes or raped, but he was like a flower power dude, and he went to jail in
Yeah.
fucking redneck Texas. So, and I'm sure somebody look. All those dudes in prison
Yeah.
are thinking to themselves, God damn it, I wish I could rape a monkey. Like, I know that that's what they're thinking. All of them. And so when he fucking shows up, because again, that discussion is going around Gen Pop forever. And then Peter Torque. Exactly. You don't tell me when he was being led in with his blanket, all of them lined up and they were just going, here he comes, walking down the street. We're going to line up and rape him. It's going to be so neat. Hey, it's Peter Torque, and he's got my cock in his ass.
He's too busy screaming.
To give anybody sass. All right. I feel so terrible for Peter Torque that I've just made a song about his rape because it traumatized him so much, and yet now I've made a theme song for it. Dude, I made a theme song for your rape. How awesome is that? I'm not even a musician. I bust out a theme song for your rape. Oh, dude.
Griselda.
Yeah. Dude.
Wasn't that his song? He didn't sing much.
No, of course not. He's terrible. He had a cock in his mouth. He couldn't do it. He was getting raped by dudes.
From what I understand, though, he was a pretty good musician. But I've never. I mean, you hear him singing. He had a couple songs.
Andy Griselda's a mess. That's the one where he kind of
Well,
he's just all
he had
over
a
the
song
joint.
called "Shades of Grey," didn't he?
Is that him? I know Shades of Grey.
I'm not sure if that's him. I know that's him.
I thought it was Mickey because I think that's actually in the pilot, the first one.
Oh, then I can't remember what song he sang.
Zoran Zam is him, right? But then again, that's not singing; it's more just speaking.
What is the one he sings? You can hear him singing on. Is the girl on somewhere? I think he's singing background.
Okay,
Back before they let him play their own instruments.
that's actually running now on the Independent Film Channel, and I've been
What's that?
taping them and watching them.
The Monkees?
Yeah, and I'm trying to watch them from this perspective. Like people talk about when it first aired, how it changed everything for people because TV was so by the numbers
That
and
was
always
like
the same thing.
Considered maybe the first show geared towards that generation.
Probably, and
but basically, it's hard. They're trying to make Hard Day's Night into a TV show. is what
right,
they were
but
doing.
but with an element of Three Stooges and an element
Yeah,
of vaudeville.
Marx Brothers.
Yeah, Marx Brothers, exactly. Because I watched the first episode because I did it on purpose. I taped the first 3 of year 1 because it said it was so different. And when you watch it, it really is different for then.
Yeah.
And it would be different now. It would be like if you watched Friends and they did their fucking Friends nonsense and they had to fill like 2 minutes at the end of Friends and they had the cast sitting there with their scripts
the
in the
audition,
fucking and they're talking to them and they're like, hey man, what do you think? And they'd be like, well, I don't know, man. It's really cool. I mean, when you think about it, it is such a revelation for back then, especially if someone were to watch that and go, wow, they're talking to the fucking actors and they're just sitting there because they wanted to sell them as personalities in a band as well as the television show. So it was so funny to see them in the television show where they're playing themselves.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the show, they were actually themselves talking about like the next week
Their
or the
audition,
script
yeah.
or well, they showed the audition reels too. But those other ones were, because the 4 of them are just sitting there talking and they're talking about the scripts and discussing stuff. And it's fucking amazing to watch because you really think about it. It's like, because those other shows were so 22 minutes and spot on and everybody talked to one another and it was black and white. And,
But that's a hard one to sell now because there was a time when my daughter was younger where Big Time Rush was a show.
okay.
Kind of like basically it was the Monkees.
All right.
They had a lot of the same kind of tricks where they would have sound effects coming out of nowhere and a laugh track, and it was 4 guys in a boy band. And I was telling them, this is the Monkees. And they're like, now my son, Val, he knows a lot about music. He knows who the Monkees are, but he's never seen their TV show. It was on one time, and we watched it, and it wasn't funny at all.
For you?
For both of us. I was
Okay.
like, hold on, is that my dog barking?
It is Rogue.
All right. Well, let me go kick her ass. I'll be right back. Yeah, I had to shut her up.
She dead?
Dog,
She dead?
No, I just gave her a look.
Your dog.
I inherited
your dog
my
understands
father's.
looks?
It only works on dogs, though.
All right. Well, but that's
Scare
okay.
the crap out of dogs.
So you don't think the Monkees was funny?
No, it was
to
one
you?
of those things. There's nothing. You probably had this with Jill, where there's something you hold in a certain
reverence,
and you want to share it with somebody, and it doesn't go over, and that it's like, oh, really? That's.
Yeah, that happened to me with the Terminator movie a couple of weeks ago.
Well, yeah.
And real quick,
Yeah.
let me throw out an apology, I guess. I received an email from someone who said that I did not say spoiler alert, and then I proceeded to fucking destroy Terminator. But if you listen to me every week, and I understand it's an inconvenience, because again, I've done a whole show about spoiler alerts and me getting things ruined for me. Mainly live sports and stuff like that, the UFC or football or whatever. So if I didn't do that, I did not mean to do that.
Yeah.
I just wanted, I figured it had been a couple of weeks and it was okay to talk about without saying spoiler alert. But this listener had to, Joel, I forget the gentleman's name, but he was, I couldn't listen to the show this week because of that until he saw the movie. And I understood that, But then Jill said, I told Jill that, and she's like, "No, you did say spoiler alert. Like you said it right in the beginning." And I don't know. Regardless, But I, if I did that, man, sorry about that. I didn't mean to ruin anything. I hope I didn't. But yeah, we went to Terminator, and it was the same deal. Right? We watched Terminator 1. That was the important one. And Terminator 1 did not hold up for me.
I believe that, because Val and I watched that, and he said this isn't as good as 2. I'm like, yeah, I know 2's. Cool.
2's the best. 2's so good. But the Monkees, so I know what you're talking about.
It doesn't hold up.
Well, it doesn't hold up where you're just like, this is hilarious. But to me, I'm 11 years old, and it's summer break, and the Gong Show's over, and the Monkees are on,
and you're not trying to show somebody the Monkees.
Yeah, then it's straight nostalgia, and you can enjoy it that way.
Like, it's weird. Like the Brady Bunch, the kids got that. They got it, and they were like, okay, this is pretty funny. But the Monkees, no, it didn't jibe.
Now, what's funny about that is I don't ever need to see one fucking second of the Brady Bunch again the rest of my life.
Really?
Just don't care. It doesn't do anything for me. Maybe because it got absorbed into the kitsch world, and then they made the movies, and it became this talking point. That's the 70s, or this is this, and just because I grew up and it was just constantly on, that and stuff like the Jeffersons, those were things that they were reruns that you just always fucking watched, and so now I don't ever have to fucking watch them again. I don't care. I just don't want to see them. But I watched the Monkees because again, that's nostalgic for me. I will tell you this: I tried to tape Batman, like old Batman shows, and some of them work and some of them don't. I really need the ones with the Joker because those work. Yeah. But King Tut doesn't work for me. No. I don't. It's just
Egghead doesn't work for you?
Well, Egghead works for me because, again, Batgirl's in those. Yeah. And so...
anything Batgirl's in, I'm okay with.
Dude, I watched one the other day where, I saw the Batman and Joker surfing contest. It's fucking awesome.
Right, I forgot about that.
And the funniest part of that is I don't even understand. I watched it.
I don't even understand.
And I don't understand the Joker's plan. Like, what was he thinking to steal the surfing knowledge of the best surfer in the world, and then he's going to be a surfer? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And granted, that's because he's a goof. I mean, he's running around in a purple suit and all that. He's the fucking Joker. He's just an idiot. But in the show, it's so funny to me. His plans are so ridiculous. Why would you ever choose that? But also, that's a great one because the surfer just happens to be dating Barbara Gordon. Yeah. And she's in a one-piece bikini, but it's got this mesh thing along the sides. You can kind of see
a one-piece bikini.
Oh, a one-piece suit.
It's connected with.
Yeah. And
is it Yvonne Craig or is it's not back? It's Barbara Gordon in a bathing.
Yes, it's Yvonne Craig in a bathing suit, and then she turned. And the thing is, this chick took off a bathing suit went into a hotter suit. Like she put on her fucking Batgirl suit. And
how hot would that bathing suit be if she kept the cowl on?
Oh, dude, and the red wig. The red, that's the key. That red wig, dude, and her face.
Pretty ladies around the world.
She is, dude, Batgirl is ridiculous. And so, the Egghead ones, that's where they throw her in with the caviar. and the caviar sticks to like the costume, and she's rolling around in it, and like, oh, dude, that one when she gets tied up by the whiskers. Oh God, all of them. I mean, everything that she does.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
She does.
But I will say this: because I have that screensaver that you made for me, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah, let's not.
What? Come on, own it.
All right.
Yeah,
I put Batgirl's head on a naked lady's
He
body.
made naked lady, but like proportional, so
But
it really
like,
looks like
I
naked
realize
Batgirl.
I have a talent,
Yeah.
that's scary because I don't want to. You know, you get.
But I will say this: watching the show, it made me think of the show I did about Batgirl, and I was laughing out loud because again, I forget, I lose track of the things I've talked about.
Yeah.
And when I think about them, and I just go, holy dude! Because remember, I was like, how strong is Batgirl? And then you have to deconstruct it where she built the whole thing in her house in the movable wall, and I'm just like, God damn, this is genius! I'm awesome. The hell happened? You know what? I think a bunch of people should give me a bunch of money for nothing. That's how great I am.
I want to buy a bat cycle.
You know what? Why don't I build a Batgirl thing in my house?
Yes.
That's what I need to use the money for.
Movable wall.
Movable wall, fucking makeup mirror, 10 red wigs.
And
a lycra suit, like a purple. Oh, dude, and that's the thing, that was the key, is Batgirl with the purple. Oh, and the yellow.
Yeah, and in the inner part of the cape, the yellow cape.
Dude.
And the purple.
Well, there was that black Batgirl suit with the yellow bat and the yellow inside of the cape. But then there was the purple one, and it's in the comic books. Dude, I think I might have talked about this on the show. Recently there was a controversy because there was a picture, there were these artists reinterpreted Batgirl for a re-release of her new series or something.
Yeah.
Because Barbara Gordon became
Oracle
for Birds of Prey. Well, but they're relaunching Batgirl with Tales of Batgirl. And so they drew her, and of course she's in danger, and all these, and people are pissed off that she's in danger. There's one picture, the Joker picture. Did you see it?
No.
It's Batgirl, and she's literally just standing there with tears running down her face, and the Joker has his arm around her neck and a gun to her head and a huge grin.
Is this the Killing Joke?
No, that's the thing. It's a reference to the guy who did it made it a reference to the Killing Joke, but it's for the new Batgirl series. Like they were just reinterpreting Batgirl.
Is it going to be a film or?
No. It's a book. It was a book release.
Novel.
Yeah.
Right.
No. A series. Issues. I don't know if she has her own title or how it worked, but just recently, and so it became this controversy because everyone is standing up for everybody now, including fictional people like Batgirl. And people were saying, hey, this is an obvious reference to the point that she was sexually assaulted by the Joker.
Yeah.
And so this is terrible because he's drawing a bloody smile on her face with his one finger, and he's holding a gun to her head with the other, and she's frozen in terror. You can see she's literally crying and frozen, and it's a fucking powerful image, and it's amazing, but people were upset because it was like, it's obvious that she's in the hands of her attacker again, and you can't put her in that position. And then I went, hey, that's ink.
Yeah.
Batgirl's made out of ink. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Hello, beautiful.
She's not a real person. She lives in a jar. So until somebody takes her and turns her into that shape, she's just a fucking pile of dark liquid. So I don't understand what you're going so upset about, but
they can't show the violence towards women.
Right. And I kind of understand it, but I got news for you. If you've got a woman named Batgirl fighting crime,
she's going to get hit every once in a while.
Goddamn right, she's going to take one in the face. And so in this and other covers of the issues, there's one where she's fighting another woman, and this woman is like ripping her fucking cowl in half, and she's got like a murderous midget on her shoulder, and he's like a ventriloquist dummy.
Midget,
yeah,
yes.
dude, he's like a ventriloquist dummy or something, and so what basically people unearthed those covers to go, you're upset with this Joker image, look at these from the actual comic book, because she's one of them, she's falling out of a building, and there's shards of glass stuck inside her arms and stuff. It's just amazing, and they're brilliant images, but they're images of stark violence, and it just so happens that a woman protagonist is at the center of it. But if you believe that a woman can be a superhero and get involved in these sorts of things, then she's going to take some beatings. It's just going to fucking happen. So it just seems so weird to me. Like, I understood what people were talking about with the Spider-Woman picture. Did you see that picture?
With her butt in the air?
Literally, yeah. Just it was like Spider-Woman's ass.
If they drew men's characters the way they drew women's characters, I remember seeing something about.
Well, that was a reference to the Spider-Woman picture, because the Spider-Woman picture, she's on a building and she's crouched kind of like Spider-Man, but her ass is in the air, and it's just a total heart-shaped ass. And it's gratuitous. There was no doubt, because that's how people have drawn those people forever. I mean, that's like those famous Mary Jane ones. You ever see those Mary Jane pictures that people drew? Like
I know, was it Adam Hughes? His Mary. There's some very provocative.
Damn right there are. And she that's a whole different thing because she's like a girlfriend or whatever the fuck. Where are we at? You keep looking at the thing. Are we doing disc-wise?
We're gonna fill another one.
All right. Well, we'll call the rain out now.
Just fill this one up.
Well, I'm gonna, but this will be the end of it. We can't go another disc.
Yeah.
Again, because I got to think about Lily. She's gonna be getting all these fucking files and having to collide those together.
Yeah, you need to shut up, man.
Yeah, no kidding. So anyway, that iconic imagery of Batgirl to me is the greatest. But then if she's going to be in a fight, she's going to be in a goddamn fight. You know what I mean? It just happens.
I mean, her story, the Joker shoots her, paralyzes her, and then takes a bunch of pictures of her without clothes on.
And probably did some other things that's not in the book. In my opinion, I think clearly.
Obviously, if it was Peter Tork
and Superman,
if Joker shot Peter Tork in the chest.
Let me tell you something. The killing monkey, the killing Tork,
the killing Tork,
dude, the fucking killing Tork. Peter Tork gets fucking blasted. He takes a bunch of photos of him. Oh, dude. See, that's it. We got to write that issue. Let's write that up now. So he winds up we're talking about Batgirl, Peter Tork, raping. And they're making a Killing Joke movie.
That's what I remember seeing something about. Could they even do that? Because the whole point of the Killing Joke, that's pretty graphic stuff there. Would they do that?
Well, the animated Batman films that they've done are PG-13.
Yeah.
So they have pushed the envelope on those quite a bit. But they're doing it. They're going to be true to the source.
Good.
So they're making a Killing Joke animated film. And actually, Mark Hamill said, I would come out of retirement to be the Joker in that one. Even though right now I think Kevin Conroy is the Batman in all of them. But then there's a guy, I forget his name, it's Troy something, who's the Joker. Yeah. But Mark Hamill was like, I would love to do the Killing Joke. So I have no idea if he's going to do it or not. I never cared for the comic book or the cartoon Jokers. Because they're too funny, because they have to be funny. I like Sinister Joker.
Well, did you ever see Arkham Asylum?
The
graphic novel. I
read it, yes, but I have not seen any sort of.
Well, did you remember how the Joker was depicted in that? That's
yes.
Pretty creepy, scary.
Which is great.
I love that. That's what I like. Getting back to what we talked earlier about the logos and the profile pictures for the Joker's page. That's what I like, is being able to take that angle to it. I don't like the classic comic book Joker. I just don't. Yeah. That's why the Heath Ledger thing just hit me so. It was so. I love it. I can't stop watching it.
No, absolutely. I agree with you.
And I get that it doesn't match the origin of the Joker. The Joker's skin was bleached. I mean,
yes.
it's isn't that in the Killing Joke as well? His origin.
Yeah, well, there's
supposed to
that's
be
the thing
red.
Is there's so many different. He was the Red Hood.
Yeah.
In the Red Hood murders.
Chemicals.
But it's in a different one too as well. There's like 4 different origins for the Joker, but that's the whole point, is nobody fucking knows.
But I like the Heath Ledger approach where it was a guy wearing makeup, because it made something ridiculous as superheroes and real.
Yeah.
It made it real. Like, that guy had scars on his face, and he was nuts.
Yes.
But he was a real guy. He wasn't like, as much as I like Jack Nicholson, that Joker was more like, it was like a segue between Cesar Romero.
Well, it's funny that it's funny you would mention that, because when I wrote about, if you go to Comedy Film Nerds, you can find the back issues that I wrote, and I wrote a preview for Dark Knight when it was going to be coming out. And I wrote about the reason I was going, the most important reason for me to go was the seminal moment of any Batman, the history of Batman was going to be seeing a real Joker for the first time. And I talked about how, the Nicholson Joker, I go, it was, for its time, I liked it.
But that was Jack Nicholson being Jack Nicholson.
But I said the Heath Ledger Joker would rape Nicholson's Joker, take photos of it, and send them to his family. Like, literally, and it was before I even seen the movie.
Yeah.
Before I had even seen the film. So I know exactly what you're talking about. That's what I wanted. I wanted a vicious, evil fucking Joker, and sinister. That's what I like. I like someone who you really think can do, like, you know what? Like if Mr. Blonde was wearing fucking Joker makeup, you know what I mean? That's what I want. A psychotic. That's the whole point.
Yes. Yeah. But a believable person.
Yeah.
He's human. He's like a guy. He's not,
And he just shows up, because in Dark Knight, there's no big origin story. There's no falling into chemicals or none of that bullshit. No. He's just there.
You see him and you could tell they're not hiding the fact that he's wearing makeup, because that's my favorite part in terms of the artistic part of it. I like the fact that you can see his skin through the forehead wrinkles and the fact that it ran.
Yeah. What I loved too was the fact that, Joker and Batman always two sides of the same coin, or you say that all the time. Well, In Dark Knight, essentially, they basically say the appearance of Batman has birthed this guy from the city because he decided, you know what? Fuck it. That guy fascinates me. I'm going to be the opposite of him and go out. You know, it's fucking, that's why it's brilliant. It tackles all of that right at its base and right at its core.
It
it's
almost
genius.
makes reference to the graphic novel, the Return of the Dark Knight, Dark Knight Returns.
Yes.
Because in that story, Joker was in a coma, and he only woke up when Bruce Wayne decided to be Batman again. And they were two.
Just that Batman, darling. It's just the greatest. The comic panels together, Batman, darling, and he smiles. You're like, yep, finally. It's so great. Loved it.
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you?
All right, so where are we? Disc-wise.
Got 9 minutes.
All right, well, we had 9 minutes before we fucking spiral off into the rape of Peter Tork.
I don't even know where to start with artwork for this.
I know. No.
Is it a flipper? Is it a monkey? Is it a monkey flipper? Is it the Joker with a monkey flipper?
Well, I have a vote. I mean, I'll tell you, I don't know if you want, because if I tell you on the air, then people are going to go, that would be fucking great. And then if you don't do it, they're going to be mad. So you might have to do it as another piece, but it's up to you.
Well, here's the luxury I have is that we'll be able to listen. I'll be able to listen to this.
Okay. Well, do you want me to tell you right now what I want it to be?
What do you want it to be?
I want it to be that picture of Batgirl with the Joker with his arm around her, and all that, but instead it's me. And it's the Joker with his arm around me, painting the smile on my face with the gun to my head. That's what I would vote for. But you can go ahead and do whatever you want, because you always like, because we always have this discussion every week. It's too literal. It's too on the nose. It's directly from the show. I want people to see the artwork and guess at something, or see the artwork and have it imply something and capture the whole theme of the episode, which I understand. Well, so maybe as a standalone piece, you'll just do that because, because I want you to.
That could very well be, that is honestly a good idea for the Joker page.
Well, I love it.
So, I mean, that can be done anytime.
That's my vote. I'll show you the picture.
I'll definitely do that for the Joker page. But when it comes to the artwork for the show, again, I point to Norman Rockwell or even somebody like Frank Frazetta, taking something and just accomplishing it in one frame.
Yeah.
Saying everything you need to say about it, whether it's usually a general topic like last week or your current profile picture, that just says infinite nothingness. It doesn't say Mike was in an accident, he got his car smashed.
And it also says I'm small in the big scheme of things. I'm small.
I like that better than here's Mike crashing his big wheel again, because that has its own place. And I sent Jamie an image for that for the GoFundMe thing, because that to me is geared towards that kind of thing.
Right.
So I'm more about the concept. I can paint anything you want, but I want it to.
Yes.
I want to be able to look at it a year down the road and go, wow, that was really on. Because I've done that. I mean, I've gone through some of the artwork and I've gone, man, that was perfect. There's nothing. I've heard that episode so many times I couldn't have drawn anything else.
And what's amazing to me is you don't hear the episode and you do the artwork. That's the thing that people don't understand, that you don't hear it.
No,
we go from my discussion with you, and then you capture it in art, which is amazing.
The only time I can hear it is like when we record together. Then I've got to dub this, so then I'm going to hear it and I'll be able to write down what my ideas are. So
right. All right, let's do. I got to recap some stuff. So again, I'm going to be buying a car. I don't know when, but thank you so much for giving to the GoFundMe page. It still exists. You can go to the GoFundMe page. I don't have a web address right now. I probably should have that handy.
Can you do? Does it have to be an even dollar amount? Because I got a lot of change in my car.
I don't know. I'm sure you can give whatever helps. Everything helps. So anybody who wants to contribute to the GoFundMe page can do that. I think it's up for 30 days, or it's up till Jamie takes it down. So I mean, it's going to be up there. And thank you. Please know that whatever you're doing is going toward an Altima or a Prius or a hybrid or whatever the fuck I wind up getting. But thank you so much for looking out for me. Could be that. Could be just like a orange tuxedo. Who knows? Yeah. We'll pick it up. Please remember to go to MikeSchmidtComedy. Oh, first of all, remember the Monday Night Teas is every Monday night at the 3 clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. And there's tickets for the Los Angeles Burlesque Festival, the Hollywood Burlesque Festival, I should say. If you go to Hollywood, well, first we'll go to twitter.com/LilyVonStupp, twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and twitter.com/MNTs. And you'll have all that information. Go to facebook.com/Monday Night Teas, become a friend of that page, and you'll see all sorts of pictures. And then you'll get all sorts of ticket information for the Hollywood Burlesque Festival. And you can search that on Facebook or in Twitter, and you'll be able to find it and get tickets. And they're all available now. Go pick them up. You can go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and go to the Joe Business page. We got all the merch there, which is really neat. You guys can contribute to the show. Donate there if you'd like. Use our Amazon link and buy some stuff and grab some stuff. Tweaked Audio is our friend. We've got Schmidt Alive 2, all the download sets, all the Yurt Dirt Dirt shirts, All of that stuff is available for purchase there at the Joe Business page. Go ahead and do that. We'd appreciate it very much. And remember, I'm in Pittsburgh this weekend at the Maker Theater. That's at 8 o'clock. It shows, it's listed at 8, probably going to wait about 8:15. And that's Saturday night, August 1st. Tickets are available now at 40YOBSteelCity.com. Go ahead and pick those up, or go to Brown Paper Tickets and just put my name in there, and it'll come up, and you'll be able to buy tickets. Come on out and check that out. We'll be available and talking and doing fun stuff that day. And also my car is a coin flip. We're still trying to figure it out. Also, my jaw is still fucked up because people were asking how I was doing. I'm just general soreness, from which, by the way, is my favorite chicken at a Chinese place.
General soreness?
General soreness chicken.
Yeah.
So I have that in the shoulders and the neck, all the whiplash stuff that you get. But my jaw is the problem, man. I can't close my jaw right. Like my teeth don't line up properly. And chewing is a thing, and whatever the fuck. We all have that. Everybody's got problems. But I mean,
I don't
hopefully
think everybody has that.
You don't think so?
No.
You know who does? General soreness.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'm hoping that my jaw will go ahead and fix itself, or I guess I'll have to see a doctor. So I don't fucking know. Who knows?
Let me just punch you. Maybe I'll not get back into the
Hit me on the left side, and maybe that'll fix the right. I have no idea, because it's the right side, right in the hinge. You know what I mean?
Your left side, which is my right. Oh yeah, I can knock that thing straight
take
out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I look forward to it. And also remember that I'm in Pittsburgh, and you can go to artbydmh.com. That's ARTBYDMH.com, and go see our friend David Hernandez, all of his cool stuff. He does all the music and the artwork for the show, and I do appreciate it. And if you go to artbydmh.com, you can buy some of that artwork or commission him to do artwork for you. And what have I got left here?
I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to start posting these. I've collaborated. Some of my new paintings I've done some new oil paintings.
Okay.
And they're collaborations. What I'm doing is I'm doing some landscapes. And then I'm having my son Val tell me how I can improve them.
Okay.
And they're out there, man.
Oh, we need a name for those then.
We'll come up with a name for them, because they're going to be pretty.
How about Valaborations?
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 Yeah. It's weird, man.
Oracle Valorations.
But they could be those kind of things that are so weird you got to put them in your living room.
Okay.
They're yeah, he's out there, man.
I love it. All right, so you can look for those at artbydmh.com.
Yeah, I'll post a couple. When I get one that'll dry enough for me to scan or something, I'll put it up.
Cool. I like that. And look, I cannot thank you guys enough, man. I just want to go ahead and take some time. I've said it earlier. I'll say it now. I've said it before. This show is a show where I've talked to you about my life for basically 8 years and told you about the ups and the downs. We've had a lot of both. I won't lie. The past year has been ridiculous. I wound up losing a job and then getting a job and just trying to stay afloat, and then wind up, meeting the woman I love, and then getting my car wrecked and my jaws bashed in. And the fact that you guys would step up and start a page, and first of all, that you listen every week. That's the best part. You interact with me, you post on the page, you write me emails, and the fact that you're interacting and you've deputized yourselves this year and you've acted, our friend George keeps writing me every week and asking what goal I can reach. And thank you. Just knowing that you guys are there and you're backing me up and you're willing to go ahead and run the extra mile with me is the best. And it keeps me going and making me, because again, I just want to bring fucking good news to you guys. I don't want to go on here all the time and go, oh man, I got hit in the car and my jaw's fucked up. And then another thing happened. There's a gazpacho everywhere. Fuck that, dude. I don't want to be that guy. I want to come in and tell you I got an acting job or I got a voiceover job, because I want to validate the feelings you've had in me. I want to validate the fact that you've been behind me and been rooting for my success, and you've always thought that you were backing the right horse. And I don't want you to back the wrong horse. I want you to know that I'm exactly what you think I am, that I'm talented and that someone else is going to see it, and eventually it's going to work out for all of us, and we're all going to laugh. But thank you so much for the funds. Thank you for the GoFundMe page. If you want to keep giving to it, you can. That's great. And I will use it toward a car. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set out on a road trip this winter. I'm going to come to each and every one of your houses and visit you and stay for a week.
With your lion.
Yeah.
Bring
oh my God.
lion.
Yeah. If you guys, me and my lion are in the back seat, and we'll just come to your place and we'll go ahead and hang out. I just got to make sure you have a lot of steak on hand, because my lion eats a lot of steak.
Yeah.
And,
or midgets.
Well, yeah, if you just add water, go ahead and get a midget for him, and that'd be terrific. So thank you, David, for recording me here, and I'll be back next week with another show. How stupid is that? I don't even know what to say.
What did you call me just now? I think you
did
you call me a chicken?
I may have called you a chicken.
There was a word that came out I didn't understand.
Because I'm trying to hit the post on this disc. Normally I talk till I'm done, but now I talk till the disc is done. Although the first two discs were done and we weren't done talking, so we had to go ahead and throw a third disc in.
You're down to you got
10 seconds. 30 seconds. What do I plan on doing for 30 seconds? There's no way I can go ahead and fill that kind of time. I'm already all talked about it. Talking about Max always says people skip the closing music. I say people love your closing music, so let's prove it to them. If you've listened this far, write me at heymexilistened@gmail.com and we'll send you a 40-year-old boy hearing commemorative Facebook profile picture that you better fucking put up, you dick. Sorry about the dick thing. Thing. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
I don't want you to miss any of that brilliance.